Welcome to the Braylon Edwards Show with Shep.
Touchdown, Braylon Edwards. Braylon Edwards, touchdown, Michigan. Running pattern to Edwards, touchdown, Michigan.
Where we bring you the best in sports, entertainment, and insight. Join us every weekday from 2 to 4 p.m. as we break down the latest games, analyze the biggest plays, and dive into the hottest topics in sports. We'll have exclusive interviews with your favorite athletes and guests, and you'll get a front row seat to all the action. So tune in to the Braylon Edwards Show with Shep.
Got one-on-one going end zone. Edwards in the air. Oh, what a catch by Braylon Edwards. His second touchdown of the game.
On the Woodward Sports Network, where sports comes to life.
What up, though, Detroit?
Shades of pain.
No shades
No
today.
victory shades. Just
Welcome
shades
to the Braylon Edwards Show. My name is Anson Wells. I'm joined by Mr. Detroit Pistons himself. Kool-Aid, how are you, buddy?
I'm doing good
You all right?
personally, but the Pistons side of me right now is in a glass box of emotion.
Yeah.
Yeah, shout out Will Ferrell.
We're going to smash that glass box here very soon. Sweet Potato Cam, holding down
What up,
the
though?
ones and
Hey,
twos.
yo, what up, though? What's happening?
How are you, buddy?
I'm doing all good here, considering the overtime L we took last night.
Yeah.
But sun's shining, the birds are chirping. It's a gorgeous day otherwise.
Here with the bros.
That's
Here
right.
If we
with
have
the
to talk
bros.
about
Silver
this,
linings.
digest that.
Yeah.
That's right. Silver
At least
linings.
with the bros.
Me and Sweet Potato Cam took Layla for a walk today.
Shout
so
out.
it's beautiful down here in Royal Oak with our new digs.
And Layla is?
My dog.
All right.
My dog.
There we go.
Shout out to the return of B-Lad. B-Lad, your day yesterday sucked, huh?
Horrible.
It was an awesome day.
Hey!
One of a kind. More coming out on that here soon.
Yeah,
Boys will
tomorrow
find
we've
out
got
very
some
quick.
really cool stuff here. And
Yeah.
day 2 of South African Satawa in the house.
Shout out.
We got that's not sticking. I do not.
No, after this week it's done.
All right, okay.
After
Well,
this week it's done.
it's a pleasure as always to
Yeah.
be in the midst.
But I get
of
you. I
my
get you 2
people.
days in a row. The 2 days back from South Africa, you are South African Satawa.
All right.
For 2 days.
Whatever you want, Andrew.
Comet Burger, Justin.
Yeah, you and Cade Buckingham up there.
He's bucking all right. 3-on-1, man.
Hey, fucking. Hey, shout out to our brother Braylon Edwards, too, man.
And Braylon is not here today, as you've
The
noticed.
Pistons needed him in the
You know where
building
he is?
yesterday.
He's on a cruise.
What a crew.
He's on a cruise.
The
Not
Jets cruise?
No, not the Jets cruise. Not the Jets
Huh.
cruise. And he'll
He
be,
ain't getting like Hannah virus or anything like that.
I hope not.
What is it, the Hannah Montana virus?
He'll
Is
be
that what they
back.
call it?
Yeah, best of both worlds.
He'll be back tomorrow. He'll be back tomorrow, so chill out,
Don't
Chat,
be
because
lying.
it's just a 3-hour tour.
A 3-hour tour.
Shout out.
Justin, that's your cue, bro.
Sorry.
We practiced this. A 3-hour tour.
Shout out.
And that's the older one. We had a newer one that says Braylon's Island, but somebody's still in Johannesburg eating his Comet Burger. But shout out. Braylon will be back tomorrow, and we do have some amazing content that him and B-Lad got yesterday, including one Jameer Gibbs.
You know what?
I don't want to
Stars
tease it too much.
amongst the stars, man.
Yeah, it's going to be fun.
Shout out
It's
Trey
gonna be fun.
McKinney as well.
But yeah, listen, Braylon will be back tomorrow. We've got some really amazing content from where Braylon and B-Lad were at yesterday. We'll show you more of that tomorrow. But I got a question for everybody. In your personal lives, I'm going to start with you, Kool-Aid.
Yes, sir.
And I'm not talking about at a Pistons game. I'm not talking at a Lions game.
What else matters?
I'm talking about in your
I'm
personal
sorry,
life.
my wife and 4
Grade
kids.
school basketball,
Yeah.
maybe a softball game, maybe as a father of one of your kids, you were at one of their games. Have you had an egregious umpire or referee or just watch another parent absolutely lose it after a bad call?
Hey, you know what? Shout out to the Boys and Girls Club. You know, we have the privilege of actually covering their games for a season or two. Got to interview some Lions players that showed up as well. Shout out to Ryan Lentz, who was out there with me. And we definitely saw some parents losing their cool out there. But there was a time, the only time I got kicked out of a game, I remember this like it was yesterday, 8th grade, 9th grade, 8th grade. And We were absolutely mollywopping this team, and the referees decided, you know what, we're just going to kind of let some things go. It's like 5 minutes left to go. And they kept fouling me, though. I want my fouls. I want all of my free throw attempts. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get some buckets and some bunnies, man. We were on the road, and we got the honeys in the stands looking down. But there was one play where I went in, got smacked in the face. I was like, no, but he hit me. And the ref just looked at me and was like, you got to keep playing. I bounced the ball. Like I was just walking away. I bounced the ball behind me, like just threw it down. And then I just hear boom, doom, doom. And then everyone go, I'm like, oh, my God, what happened? Turned around, and the ref is sitting there with their hand over their face. I'm like, oh, my goodness. And they tossed me.
Oh, they did?
Yeah, they did. My coach was like, he got to go. And the ref was like,
Your own coach?
My coach, yeah. Oh, no. My coach taught real lessons, bro. Real lessons. Straight up.
Hard lessons.
Straight up. He looked like Bill Lambier,
still taught those.
Rest in peace, too, man. That coach, goodness gracious, Mr. Weaver was his name. Coach Weaver. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep, he was a good one. Really, really good one.
I wish they still taught hard lessons. What about you, Cam? Have you ever had any egregious calls in your personal life?
I sure have, yes. Shout out to Ann Arbor Huron Hockey.
Ooh.
Ann Arbor Huron Hockey versus Pioneer. One of my good friends' moms got in
Huron
a
and Pioneer?
fight in the crowd,
Rivals.
right? Yes, big time rivals. Crosstown rivals.
Fight in the crowd?
Fight in the crowd.
Wow.
Two parents, right? They may have had, they may or may not have had
Sweet potato.
too many ginger ales that evening. Anyways,
Add some burners.
before the game, shout out to my boy Jeff Dornboss, D-Boss. You know what it is. He's like, yo, man, if anything happens, we're getting on the ice tonight. Let's do it. And I'm like, okay, yeah, whatever. Sure. Okay. Well, that came out. That fight in the brawl came out. Then stuff started getting dusted up on the ice. Next thing I know, my friend D-Boss is on the ice. I'm like, well, here we go. And I ran out middle of the ice. Did my thing.
You throwing some haymakers?
Threw some gestures
Some
toward
gestures?
the Ann Arbor Pioneer crowd, and we all got ejected.
Hey.
Did they finish the game?
They did finish the game. I was actually banned from the remainder of all athletic games moving forward.
I feel like Sweet Potato Cam is not banned from anything, anywhere.
I don't know,
Not
man.
anymore. Not anymore.
Sweet potato Cam, he got this kind of Miami Vice secret life type of vibe.
Like confidential informant
Some
on
type
Miami
of, yeah,
Vice,
bro.
or what?
We gonna have
He
to
does
take him
have
to-
that kind of aura. I
Look,
feel like.
look, we had Woodward Sports 2.0. I think we're gonna finally get to Vegas. We're gonna have to make sure Sweet Potato Cam is there.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely.
Dude, those biorhythms alone, we're going to hit. We're going to hit, bro. What about you, B-Lad? I already know you got some stories.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I do. This was back in my high school day. I want to say junior year, so roughly 2019. We were playing crosstown rival Lakeland High School. If for all that you guys know, I'm from Walled Lake, so I went to Walled Lake Northern. And our quarterback, he got hit out of bounds super late. It was homecoming. Had the whole student section right there where he got hit late out of bounds. And you know what you guys do when the quarterback gets touched way out of bounds. You go over there and you say something. You know what I mean? But the opposing team, I actually know the kid who I ran up to. He pulled the SGA, or the Cleveland Cavaliers, as you say, and did an acting show. You know, all I did, hands were down by my sides. I was just
What
in
did
his
he
ear.
do?
Oh, he flopped big time. Big time flop. Next thing you know, two refs in right there, yellow flags up in the air like this. And my coach was convinced I two-hand shoved him. He sat me the rest of the game. It was in
Real
the
coach?
it was
They think it, though.
But, like, the refs didn't kick me out. My coach kept me from playing. That's when I was like, I was on the edge after that. It did not feel good. And then we went into the film the next day. Hands were by my side. Went up to him, big acting show. And then he comes up to me. He's like, "Oh, I didn't do it." Yeah, exactly. I was pleading my case the best I could. I guess it didn't work because I was sat out for the rest of my homecoming game. But yeah, that's like the closest I got. Yeah, it was homecoming. Both teams were undefeated. We ended up losing by 6 points. Yeah, it was.
That's tough.
Yeah,
actually.
it was actually brutal. I'm not gonna lie. I was not a happy camper afterwards either. So
That is tough.
yeah, I had to put my helmet up, and at halftime I took off the pads, and then everyone was like, "What happened?" I'm like, "That's
That's
that.
tough.
Terrible."
I'm having fun with this. I want Gordo to come up and tell us his.
He got it.
While we wait for Gordon to come up here and tell us about his, Gordo, just to fill you in, we're talking about personal moments over there. Personal moments where the ref or something happened in the game. It was an egregious call. before we get to you, I want to catch you guys all up again. This Ndamukong Suh jersey is going out tomorrow. We've been taking super chats and putting them on the wheel all week. Freddie Felt tapping in. Shout out my friend. $5. He's in on that wheel, but he also wants to tell us his story. At Metro Hoops, when he was 19, the ref followed me out early in the game and said, "That's 5, Fred. You're out." So I threw a trash can on the court at the ref. Yes, our own Freddie Felt, after getting put out of a game, took a trash can and threw it on the court. Listen, Chat, I know you guys got some
like
great...
a legendary coach.
That sounds like Freddie Felt, man. I love it. I want to hear what his coach had to say to Freddie Felt after he threw the trash can. But listen, you guys want a chance at the Ndamukong Suh. This is a great opportunity to super chat your stories in. We'll read them. I want to hear
Bobby Felt
from you.
313.
And then you know what? We got a new intern in the house. Let's get Garrett up on afterwards and have him give a story. He's one of our very own Hanson brothers here, the hockey bros. I'm sure you got some good ice stories. Let's hear what you got to say, Gordon.
So we're gonna take it from the ice to the pitch. When I played rugby in high school,
Rugby?
Yeah, favorite sport ever. It's fucking awesome. But this was the semifinal. This was my last game of my the senior year. The SIR, which is what they call the refs in rugby, there's only one of them. There's 30 guys on the field at a time, and there's only one ref. So you already can tell, like, it's tough. And he calls a penalty on me in the scrum for collapsing the scrum, which was bullshit. And I tried to argue my case. Well, I was not a captain. So as a captain, I can't talk to the SIR. He gave me a yellow card. About 5 minutes left in the game. I'm like, all right, you know what? I'll take the yellow card. I'll also take a red card. They had this kicker that was really good, that was nailing us all game long. I may or may not have left my feet to just absolutely smoke this kid, and I held him on the ground for a little while too, got a couple of licks in, and they definitely
earned your red card.
Yeah, started a little bit of a brawl, definitely earned a red. So in total I had like 3 yellows and a red. All right, Garrett, get up here. Also,
got it lit.
Also a Catholic Central kid. So.
CC in the house. Ladies and gentlemen of the chat,
Roxy Rice.
This is our new guy, Garrett. What do you got?
Shout out, Garrett. I want to know how the chat's going to feel about Gordon.
This is tough. For me personally, I've been in a couple scraps in hockey, but I think one thing I've witnessed was in high school, and Gordo was a part of it. Big Brother Rice CC hockey rivalry, Thanksgiving Eve. Big brawl in the parking lot between the 2 student sections after the game.
Ooh.
Something happened on the ice. 2 student sections got into it at the rink, and then transpired into
Who won?
The Rice kids. It was like
It was a 2v20.
Yeah, it was a
won the
2v20
PR battle.
I'm pretty sure they showed the fight on BDE. Like
Really?
Yeah, it was
solid.
D-Mac broke it down.
Oh, yeah.
Solid.
It was crazy.
D-Mac will break him down for sure.
No, it was crazy. I just remember just going in the parking lot, just like 30 Brother Rice kids just absolutely just jumped 5 of our guys, and Gordo was a part of that. And walking into school the next day, it was like, oh, Gordon, like, you're pretty popular around here.
Attaboy. I never had any love for Brother Rice anyway. No. Now, Justin, I know you've got at least one good one.
I'm confused about the question because I thought we were talking about ref moments, and now it seems like we're talking about fighting.
Well,
we've lost the plot slightly, and I'm wondering what direction.
What do you want to tell us?
Well, the worst call I've ever witnessed in my personal career was we were in a district championship game to go to the States, and we scored a goal, and I actually scored, and the goalie pulled it off the line. And this is when there was only 2 refs instead of 4 when you get to a certain age. So the ref was behind the goalie, he couldn't see it, and so they took the goal away, and we ended up losing by a goal in overtime. And that was the best team I ever played for, like, in my entire life. We were ranked #1 in the country, like, the entire year for AA in the state of Michigan when I think it was 13. And yeah, it's just a brutal bounce. And then I'm gonna go with one where a coach just like lit me up for no reason. We lost the game 8-7 in a hockey game, and I had 6 points, and I was +5 in the game. And the coach tried to blame me and my line mate who scored all of our points. So it was that's the other time I'm gonna talk about. And yeah, that was the end of that coach's time with as being my coach.
When I was a head coach for boys high school basketball team, we had our big rival, and we had this ref that him and I did not get along, and we were just really not looking good. Not looking good in the second half.
Were you heckling the refs from the coach's box?
No. He was a terrible ref, and we had exchanges over a couple of seasons. And I always channeled my inner Chuck Daly, and I would I would dress up in my suit while all the guys
Daddy
were in their
Rich.
sweats. Daddy Rich, you know
Let's
it.
go.
But at one point, I wanted a tech to stir my team up, right? And so I'm walking onto the court, and I'm trying to get a tech so damn bad that finally when he sees me and he gives me the tech, I'm like, thank you. And he teed me up a second time for saying thank you. Threw me out of the game, had to leave the gym, standing outside of the gym just like waiting. We were down 8 with like 5 minutes left. My boys came back and won.
Let's go.
Shout out St. John Creek, man. One of the greatest times I've ever had. But
Anson, you seem like a Dennis Rodman type of basketball player.
That's
in
his
your
guy,
day.
though.
I was more the cerebral.
I mean,
guy.
hey, Dennis Rodman doesn't get the credit for it, but that man was
he was smart as hell
hell
too. But he was also a uber athlete. But
Oh, yeah.
we got a clip. It's a perfect segue into flopping or bad calls, if you will.
like
Justin, hit him with it.
The series against Toronto, you only took 16 free throws. You only had 2 attempts tonight. And I know that there was a big free throw disparity between the two teams, but why do you think individually you're not getting to the free throw line as much as you had during the regular season?
I want to separate this from the game. The free throw disparity is not why we lost tonight. I want to make sure I say that, but I don't know. I'm trying to get downhill, and a friend of mine got fined for talking about flop, so I'm not going to try to double down, but I mean, like, I feel like that's what I got to do with this.
To hear the leader of their team, and I get it, he prefaces this whole thing with, let me just start here. The free throw thing is not the reason why we lost, and then goes instantly into why we need to start flopping to get calls. The one thing I respect about the Pistons in all of this, despite the loss, is that we haven't heard them one time step up to the podium and say, hey, we need to find a way to cheat the system. We need to try to find a way to rob the game. That's one thing I do respect about these players, and the reason why I hope they find a way to dig down yet again with their backs against the wall and find a way to overcome these guys right now. Because the very next game after that, what do we see? Big guys start flailing around, falling after little contact, flopping, everybody trying to find some way to draw the contact. And you know what? It's working right now. It's working. For everybody who said, you know what, Cade's going to have to start snapping his head back a little bit more. These guys are going to have to start yelling a little bit more when they're going for these layups and such. Right now in this series, it looks like it's working, but I do still believe in ethical hoops, Anson. I really do. And I do believe this Pistons team still has another gear to be able to dig down and be able to overcome. We saw this because a lot of people, left them for dead against the Orlando Magic when they were down 3-1.
Oh, yeah. Most of them did.
Yeah. I don't know, man. That every time I hear that clip, it just is like, yo, this is their leader saying this stuff, talking about, I'm trying to get down here. I'm trying to this, that, and the other. Are you kidding me? And then after that, what do we see? A historic disparity. We talked about it yesterday before it became even more as historic as it is right now. The disparity got greater last night. It was already historic yesterday before the game.
100%.
Now it's gotten even worse.
Yeah, it really doesn't make much sense because, like you said, we talked about this historic disparity, and then, well, you're coming back to Detroit. You're going to get the whistle, or at the very worst, it's going to be even. Well, let's take a look at how uneven the calls have been. We got a tweet here. What's this guy's name? Brendan Shabath. I think we can pull that up here. Free throw disparity of 100 to 54 or worse has happened 11 times in NBA playoffs history. You see it there. But a fouls disparity of 78 to 48 or worse has never happened. Pure free throw margin over an X game stretch is hard to search. But Pistons' difference against Cavs is undeniably historic. Now, there's another chart in there that I think is right under that. We'll show you as well. Pistons have 2 teams in the top 5 of all time over 3-game stretches of not having. You'll see Golden State here when we pull it up in a second. Golden State sits at the top in 25. The Knicks, and then the Pistons of 09 there in the 3rd spot. But these Pistons, these playoff Pistons, they sit on top of this list now. Where are you at with this? What does this mean for the whistle in Game 6, in your opinion, Kool-Aid?
Golly. Just looking at these numbers, looking at the context of it all, and understanding the uphill battle that the Detroit Pistons face, it can look bleak. It's one of those things where you're almost asking the Detroit Pistons to have to play perfect while you're literally telling the Cleveland Cavaliers, you don't have to be perfect. No. You can miss your 3. We're going to call the foul for you. You can go in and run into a Star Thompson. We're going to call the foul for you. We're going to just make sure that you guys are having an advantage when you need the bailout. But for the Detroit Pistons, if they're not perfectly hitting a 3, if they're not playing outstanding, then you guys don't get a dub. Sorry. And that, to me, I think is the biggest influence that the referees are playing on the game. Yes, can the Pistons still, what was our word for last series, rise above? I 100% believe that they can rise above. I believe that they are good enough still in this series to be able to go and say, you know, we can get some dubs. Because we looked at that stretch between 45 and 25 seconds of the 4th quarter, and they had a couple opportunities to be able to get a bucket and put themselves up by 2. And so, yes, there is some aspects of what they control, but I know this. We say they didn't get it done. What the Cavs are able to rely on, though, is this. Did they get it done? Or were they actually getting the calls down the stretch? And that's the conundrum right now. Now, for the Pistons, I do believe that there is another step for them. I do believe that there is strategy that you can bring to be able to manufacture better offensive looks for your team in the clutch, because they just haven't looked cohesive. They haven't looked good. Everything we see from them coming back in games, right? They don't look that same way when it's winning time, when it's clutch moments, where you go back to Cade's rookie year, and he was one of your top 5 clutch players in the NBA. Not as a rookie, not amongst rookies. As a rookie, yes, but not just amongst rookies. In the entire NBA. And you're going to need a lot more of that to be able to pull this series off. He almost got it done last night. He's very efficient across the board. Game? It's, oh my gosh, it's so nuanced because I believe the boys, I think Cade Cunningham is exhausted. I think you look at the minutes he's played all season, the minutes he's played in the playoffs, the usage rate he's going to have, I believe he's exhausted. And he's not able even sometimes now to pick and choose. I can take long stretches of rest, or I can allow this other person to go out there and take over. Well, Donovan Mitchell and James Harden, they have that luxury. Hey, D-Mitch, go off. Hey, James Harden, it's on you right now. Pop off. And they can do that. And if one of them aren't really feeling it in the clutch, well, hey, we can rely on this player over here. With Cade Cunningham, it's a situation where they needed everything that Cade gave them from quarters 1 through 3.5. And then when you get into those last moments where you need him to be the guy that can have a little bit extra lift on his shots, it's just not there. And that's one of the things that frustrates me with the way that he does plays. If there is a criticism, it's the aspect of not attacking to get yours. Because when he doesn't, I feel like there are some mistakes that are made. He gets up into the air, and you're in the paint. Yeah. Shoot that. But he's looking out to try and pass it out for a 3 or the quick shovel pass.
Where he chucked it to the smallest guy in the court, cross court, after he had an opportunity to take it to the rack. And then the double team in the end.
Talk about it, please.
Where they're settling for threes when the lane's wide open. All you needed was one bucket in those final 3 minutes. Justin, was there one call in the game to you last night that really sticks out? I'm baiting you.
You are baiting me, and I understand that. I do. I think that the kick out threes by Harden, getting that call multiple times, I think that those are even more game defining. Because I understand.
That's a good pull, Justin.
In the end of the game, you're 9 out of 10 times you're never calling that a foul. And like I'm willing to understand that, because if I'm on the other side, I don't want them to make that call. And you have to look at it from that way on both sides of the, like, if you were in the Cavs position and Asar was the one who fouled, then all of us would be pissed. So it goes both ways. However, the free throw disparity, obviously, but the fact that James Harden just consists, like the knee-to-knee call as well, like there was no contact there. Yeah. Like James Harden was the one who initiated the contact, and the common rule is head down, shoulder down, push off is an easy offensive foul. It's exactly what James Harden did before he stepped back and got that foul called for him. And the kickouts are ridiculous. Like they give him a landing zone for him to get his feet down, but he goes up. He's such a clean jump shooter. Like he has one of the cleanest jump shots of all time. He's one of the best shot creators to ever touch the nylon. However, he shoots very up and down.
Listen, if he takes those shots and no one else is on the floor and his feet come down like that, he's going to fall on his ass on his own.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. And I was so proud of that officiating staff for one moment of that game when they got the challenge right. And they wanted, it was actually Cleveland that challenged it, thinking that it was a foul. And I'm wondering, I have to constantly think about this. Are they sitting down with the league office after that game? Because they should have after the last game. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. But I'm not even talking about the Pistons. I'm talking about the referees, because there's a play. Obviously, we're talking about the Harden play at that point, but there's another Harden play where he grabs Danis Jenkins by the back of his jersey and yanks him and throws him to the half court line.
To the Wolves.
And we've seen so many times where he's getting away with these shoves and push-offs and holds, but if you breathe on him, he's getting 3 free throws.
3 while he's kicking you. He's kicking you in the knees and then walking to the free throws like he's the one limping. Like, when I even saw the play with Karis LeVert, it was more of what James Harden was doing to get into his space.
Yes.
And that was something we were talking about in the group chat earlier. It's not supposed to be a foul on the defender if you are invading the space as an offensive player, the space of the defender. They have a right to their space. And you saw a play last night where Dennis Schroeder kind of crashes into the belly of an Asar Thompson and crumples, throws the ball up, and they give him 2 free throws. That's not basketball. And this is what I know. As good of performances as you're getting out of Donovan Mitchell and James Harden, they need every aspect of what the refs are giving them to win.
Absolutely.
And that, to me, is what I believe separates this Pistons team. Now, will anybody care if the Pistons don't win this series? No. But I do believe the Pistons, again, have that pedigree to make this thing happen. And you know what? It was interesting because I thought that at the very least, at the end of regulation, it would have been interesting to see what the referees were going to do with the commotion, seeing the collision. Are you going to go and take a look at this play? Because do you remember when there was a similar play like this that happened in the playoffs in the Orlando series, right? When they went and they actually said, no, we're reviewing Cade Cunningham for a malicious act. He took out the legs of Jalen Suggs. The same thing. That's what kind of got me burned up. You guys are inconsistent. So the game now is inconsistent. So even if we want to sit up here on good faith and say the Pistons should be able to play through this, you guys aren't even bringing the same game to the table. You literally, Cade Cunningham, a superstar in this league. We were told, get your superstar, you'll get the calls. We were told, get your first seed, win your games, you'll get the calls. That's what we were told. You even get the rewards. All of the postseason stuff, y'all say it's because we weren't winning. And then what? JB, hey, sorry. Hey, Cade, hey, sorry, guy. Hey, we might even have to demote you. Hey, Jalen Duren, sorry. These are the things we continue to hear, and it's because of what they're doing. That, to me, the same thing. Asar getting kicked in the back of the leg. And you know why they waved off the foul on Cade? Because they said it happened after the buzzer. Asar's happened during regulation. And those are the types of things to me that's just like, come on. We want to have the real conversation about what Cade Cunningham can do better in the end of games. Because clutch-wise, he hasn't been what we've needed him in the clutch for large portions of the game. Yes, we want to talk about what Jalen Duren needs to do better and how he has to step up. But we're not even able to get to those points fully and just let that be what breathes. If we're sitting here talking about how inconsistent and how horrible, how historically atrocious, it's not just us. It's national media.
They're getting dragged all over socials, bro. Everywhere. Let me, my man's cooking over here.
Kool-Aid spitting that.
Whoa! Cooking over here. Kool-Aid. I want to throw up something real quick before
call
we
him
hit
the
break.
flamethrower. Come on, baby.
For real, dog.
Shout out my dogs.
I'm
man.
just looking around the room.
Spit
Everybody
that
fired up over
ether.
that one. I want to show one quick picture before we hit the break here. This brought me back to the 04 series, watching James Harden do something illegal every time he takes a free throw. You got that photo? Photo of a shot from a free throw shot from James Harden. As it is getting to the rim, you'll look, and it is, that's not James Harden, buddy.
Nope, that's not James Harden. It's right here. It's right here.
Yeah.
Yep.
So look at that. His foot is down. The ball has not touched the cylinder. That is a lane violation. Something that Shaquille O'Neal was egregious at, and they called on occasion. But if I was talking about this in game one to my dad, and I've watched it over and over again, I was so happy that somebody old school on Twitter yesterday or maybe this morning posted this. Every free throw he shot last night was illegal. Let's go to a break.
What the fuck?
Let's go to a fucking break.
All right, why don't you tell them about Loom Cannabis,
I'll be happy
Anson?
to, my man. Listen, you guys know I love this spot. It is the Boutique Dispensary, and we're partnered with them to save you 30%. Go over there, ask for MJ or Javante. They will take care of you. Listen, it's so clean and well laid out. Their staff is super helpful, and they're fire. So let us be your plug here at Woodward Sports and use WSN30 when you go online or when you're in store. And they got stores all around Metro Detroit. Check them out. They are Loom.
Hey, there are regular sports bars, and then there's Art and Jake's. Nobody else even comes close on game day, or else we wouldn't mess with them here at Woodward Sports. With over 80 wall-to-wall TVs, 22 draft beers on tap, and a menu packed with fan favorites, they've got exactly what you're looking for. Make sure to scan the QR code on your screen or download the A&J mobile app today to join AJ's fan club and follow them at Art and Jake's on socials. And find a location near you today, sports bar setting with a fine dining flavor.
Big injuries, big news. Twice a week, Dr. Jeff Pierce from Michigan Sports and Spine joins Woodward Sports Network for the Injury Insider Report. Big D Energy Tuesdays at noon. Braylon Edwards and Shaq Thursdays at 3:30. Get expert analysis and in-depth breakdowns on the latest sports injuries from the man trusted by top athletes in the community, like D-Mac. Whether it's the Lions, Pistons, Tigers, or Red Wings, Dr. Pierce talks us through it all. Don't miss the Injury Insider Report with Dr. Jeff Pierce, your go-to source for understanding the impact of injuries on the games and players we love. Only on Woodward Sports Network. Scan the QR code on the screen or go to MichiganSportsandSpine.com to see if Dr. Jeff Pierce can help you.
Planet Fitness now has even more best-in-class strength equipment. Join today for $1 down and save.
We're stepping it up.
We're not slowing down.
Finding new faith, new focus.
Love that new equipment smell.
So, you in?
Join the club today. Save when you join for just $1 down, $15 a month. Planet Fitness. We're all strong on this planet.
Planet Fitness, where your fitness is essential, and you know it's a no judgment zone. It's judgment free. So get in there and work on anything that you need. And you know what? You guys always hear Braylon talking about that hydro massage. The perfect way to end your workout at Planet Fitness. And you know what? We wouldn't even work with them, like I told you guys, if they wasn't right. Home of the Planet Fitness Studios right here at Woodward Sports. Make sure you tap in and get that black card so you and a friend can go wherever there is a Planet Fitness. They got over 50 plus Metro Detroit locations. So Planet Fitness, tap in.
And you know the best way to celebrate your workout? You get home and you pop the top off an all-day IPA from Founders Brewery.
Yeah, pop that top.
That's right, baby. 15 years. They're celebrating their 15-year anniversary because all-day IPA defines the IPA category. Citrusy, crisp, refreshing, perfectly balanced taste, and 4.7% alcohol. Going to pace you all day. So next time you're watching a game or celebrating a workout, Make it an all-day IPA from Founders, but please make sure you drink it responsibly. Welcome back, guys. Fun first half hour. We're talking shitty refs.
I wouldn't say fun.
Yeah, we're talking shitty refs.
It's been therapy at the very least,
It has been
though.
therapy. We got a lot on the docket talking Pistons here, guys. We had a question yesterday in your, what did we call that?
The swish or break? It's the swisher break.
And you asked, did Cade have to have an otherworldly game? Now, you guys said yes. I said no, it needed to be the team. Now, both things can be true, and you can still lose, guys.
Yeah.
So, one thing I want to talk about as we start this next half hour here, JB's very early unloading of the bench. Where were you on that one? We saw some very surprising guys out there early and often, and then we saw some guys surprisingly not play till the end. We'll save Mr. Paul Reed for a little bit later, but let's talk about the guys that we saw early.
Yeah, you know what? When you're going to your bench early, it's because you're looking for a spark, and I believe that as a coach, you're saying that, you know what, my guys who are out there, there's either foul trouble or they don't have that spark right now, whether it's the offensive cohesion or whether it's on the defensive end. And we know this, J.B. Bickerstaff has gotten a lot more sensitive about what's going on the defensive side of the ball. And early on, you could tell not a lot of guys had it going on. Danish Jenkins and Cade Cunningham, sure. But beyond that, there was not a lot going on. And that's why I believe he said, you know what, not tonight. We're going to have to definitely go and switch some things up. You know, they hear the cries of the fans. It was crazy because in that arena, it got to the point that the fans were in there shouting for a B-ball Paul. I hadn't heard that one before.
Yeah.
That was a new one. And it's the playoffs where our starting center is an all-star of this current year. And so for me, I believe it was about getting that spark, because how much more game plan or strategy are you going to actually employ in this game? Or is it about, hey, at a certain point in time in the playoffs, everybody knows what everybody's doing. This is just about how you get it out the mud. And those are some of the things, when we talk about a legend like D-Mac, these are some of the things he talked about in the playoffs. Like, no, everybody knows everybody. This is why the grind line was so important. This is why their physicality and them initiating that was so important. And when we look at our winners of the past, that's why it was so important for them too. Because you know what we always knew? That the going to work Pistons were going to get screwed by the refs. We knew that.
Not in the finals, though, bro. Listen, it's hard for me to admit it because I grew up in the 80s, bro. And I haven't seen anything that I've seen over the last few games since the Boston Garden existed. Like when you were a fan of the Pistons in the 80s and you were going there, you knew you were just screwed. Like Earl Strom was there, man. If you don't know Earl Strom, absolute legend, like the king of all refs. But he wasn't letting the Celtics lose in their own house. And the thing for me is how do you have those two games go the way that they do and then go to Detroit and then put a third on top of it? I want to get back, though, real quick to the guys that we saw. Marcus Sasser plays. Shocking, because we didn't see him at all in the Knicks series last year.
Had a little motion.
We didn't see him at all until the last 3 minutes of Game 4. No Ron Holland, no Javonte Green, kind of a lot of Sasser. Where were we with that?
I wanted to see a combo of at least two of these three, Paul Reed, Ron Holland, or Javonte Green, because you need nastiness. I believe that where your offense failed you, that you would have been able to have one of these guys that are elite on your team and have been the leaders on your team at turning defense into offense. And I get it. Ron Holland and Javonte Green, the offense has been up and down. But when what you got out of Ron Holland early in this series, we thought this was a series tailor-made for a player like him, especially when they have two elite ball handlers that can get downhill. Well, you need one of those guys that can stand them up straight and take the ball from them. We only have one other player that does that at an elite level, and that's Osar Thompson. Ron Holland's the other guy who also gets into the passing lane, gets those deflections. It's not always about the steals that they may have, but we're missing the components that players like Ron Holland and Javonte Green bring to the table. Those guys cut. So a lot of times when you're looking at Cade Cunningham turnovers, we have to put it on him, because a lot of times I think just go to try and get yours. The team is looking for you to be the stud right now. But what is the issue? Nobody's cutting. Now, when Cade is used to playing in these kind of open runs and things, he's playing with these guys that are running and cutting and such. When you're in a regular season and those defenses aren't scheming to take away what you do well and you have a little bit more space, then, yeah, you do it. But right now what you're seeing is when you remove some players from the rotation, like a Javonte Green and a Ron Holland, you have a whole lot less activity because, Marcus Sasser's going to cut.
Those are your energy guys.
Yeah.
Sasser's your scorer, supposedly.
And you look at the measurables and such. I trust Ron Holland coming downhill off of a cut to catch it and boom it. I can throw him a lob. These are things that you're missing. Javonte Green, the same way. We've seen him go up there and say, this is mine right now. Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. He likes to get dirty and play in the paint. And that's what I'm saying. When you don't have that in games like this, I believe you're missing a lot. Yeah. I do.
What I saw in the first half of this game with his rotations felt like the regular season in a good way. The fact that he was using all of the – because we've been a 10-deep rotation. But it's what, Chaz and Tolu, that they're the only guys that don't really get any minutes.
Yeah, the expanded rotation was nice.
And those – but then he got away from it in the third quarter. And this is the second straight game that the Pistons have won quarter 1, quarter 2, and quarter 4. But quarter 3, they absolutely got owned. I thought his rotation was crazy stale in the third quarter. And that leads me to my next point, the one that I think everybody is wondering. I said it after 3, I need to see more of him. I think we all agreed after game 4 we had to see more of him. How did we go 3 quarters without Paul Reed? And furthermore, how do you go 36 minutes without Paul Reed and then play him 17 straight? I'm talking the fourth quarter and your extra period of overtime. I loved seeing him play the whole fourth quarter. I really thought that the overtime at that point, you put in Duren or you put in Beef Stew. I loved Paul Reed's minutes. He's been our best big in this series.
I liked Stu's
Were
minutes
you
too.
absolutely mystified by the usage of Paul Reed last night?
I would have assumed coming into this when you see a little bit more of Paul Reed mixed in, especially after you saw
You
the
mean
quick
like
hook.
a second in the first half?
Yeah, yep. Especially after you saw the quick hook for Duren. But it was what we pondered yesterday. Go back and rewind the tapes. There was what we wanted to see in terms of, hey, give him the quick hook in game 1 as well because of how important it is for you all to win this on your home court. And give yourselves an opportunity to close out in game 6 and get just a little bit of extra rest because you're going and playing a rested Knicks team. So to me, yeah, it was a little bit surprising and shocking, but we said he's probably going to play during that first half and give him that first half to try and figure things out because they've been on record about talking about this. That's one of the things I try and do is keep my ear close to what's going on as a beat reporter, and these are at least the things they're saying, even if we disagree with it. And you don't understand, Anson, how many times I've reported, and people are like, Kool-Aid, you just copy for the team. My job is to tell y'all what they said. This is literally what they're saying. And so I expected it. And that's why we talked about it yesterday for the short hook to come in the second half. Now, going into an absolute must-win, I don't know what you do because, all right, I don't know if it's to a fault yet because he stuck to his guns against Orlando Magic, still played Danis Jenkins, still gave Jalen Duren the time. And what happened? Those guys were absolutely instrumental for you in helping you win that series late. And he talked about this in one of the post-game press conferences where he said, you take a guy out of there, you don't know when you're going to miss when he actually goes off, and you need him going off for us to reach where we want to get. And so I think it's a little bit of a gamble. And tonight or last night, it cost him. It cost him. And that's something that, JB Bickerstaff is going to have to get figured out because – look, if you're not going to start him, I'm not sitting there saying start Paul Reed, but I do believe some actions and some motion and just getting kind of the movement of Paul Reed in the game in the first half would absolutely do the Pistons wonders. And all of Detroit, I think we don't know everything. Yeah. But this has been one of the things that I believe everyone has been unified on and actually right about.
Yeah, and my thing for Paul Reed, if I'm a head coach and you've played the way that you are, I'm not going to sit you for 3 quarters and make you guess and wonder why you're not playing. Only to say, hey, welcome to the playoffs. We're in Cleveland. Get out there and play the next 17 minutes and finish this game for us. Yep. That was wild to me. Shout out Paul Reed, always a professional, hitting free throws even last night. Now my next question for you, Kool-Aid, Mr. Pistons Insider.
What up, though, bro?
How much did no Duncan cost this team last night?
I think no Duncan cost his team a lot. When you take Stewart's improbable 2 of 3 from behind the arc out of the game.
I wish he shot more. I've been saying this all year.
He said it at media day.
I got that written on here. I was going to save it for later, but talk about it.
No, he said it at media day too, that they asked him to pull that 3-point shot out. We all kind of went, huh?
Today. You mean yesterday?
No. At media day to begin the season, that this is what they actually wanted from Stu.
They wanted him to shoot it
They
more.
wanted him to be
because
shooting
the year
threes
before
more.
they said shoot it less.
Yes.
After the Monty year, he shot it too much.
Right. Right. So they wanted to be able to reel it back in a little bit, see what they had as a player, and see what Jalen Duren was going to develop as. Because remember, at one point, they were talking about running the double beef lineup, man.
I got no problem
Shout out
with
to the
that.
Res Ball Pod. They were talking about going
Where's the
Stu and
beef?
Duren at first, remember? And then they reeled it back in and said, you know what? But if Duren can start and handle it and Tobias can this, that, and the other, then we can bring in Stu off the bench to play a little bit more of a versatile role.
Fill either role.
Yep, to fill either role. And that's what we see. When he came in yesterday, he was able to kind of find the spots in the Cavaliers' defense and hit a couple
he
threes.
opened their defense wide open.
Yep.
They had a real problem with us after that. Once he'd hit the first one, they kind of were like, should we guard this?
But only 11
Mobley
minutes.
gave him this. I know. And I just don't get that. To me, Beef Stew was a guy that was playing so well. And even if he wasn't hitting his three, they were honoring it. Is that the right word? They were not giving it to him open anymore. Once he hit the first one, and then he hit the second one as Mobley was closing out. Every time he was out there, again, not long, they were pushed out to the perimeter and opened things up for us. That's something I would have loved to have seen. As good as B-Ball Paul was in those final 3-4 minutes, put out your best offensive guy, big guy, in that game, which was Beef Stew. Very frustrating for me that Beef Stew just coming out there and finally getting a chance to do what I'd like to see him do all year. Because honestly, I know we don't have that stretch big man. We actually kind of do, and it's Beef Stew.
And when we go back to Duncan Robinson being a huge factor, it's like him just being a threat matters too, because the defenses play a little different. They have to play him honest. And you take Stu's 2 of 3, Cade 6 of 10 away, and it's bleak, bro. You got 1 of 7 from Tobias Harris. Obviously, Jalen Duren ain't doing nothing. Asar Thompson 0 of 1. Dennis Jenkins hit a couple in the first quarter. Not so much after that. He finished 2 of 8 from behind the arc.
Started great.
You know, Karis LeVert 0 of 3, Marcus Sasser 0 of 1, and for whatever reason, even Kevin Huerter got more minutes than Ron Holland and Javonte Green in this one.
Yeah, he did. It's easy when you don't play.
Any word on Duncan's return?
How? Like,
I don't get it.
I just don't understand how, like, Kevin Huerter just, these are some of the things that just make me think, like, why him over some of the guys that's been here all year and helped you get there? Javonte and Ron have been here.
I don't
They're
hate
part
seeing,
of your identity.
I don't hate seeing Herter out there when you don't have
no
Duncan. When you don't have Duncan, okay? But if you have Duncan, those other two guys should be out there. I actually thought that Herter came out and played pretty good defense. Never got any looks. I don't understand what sets they're running. It seems like sometimes they're running sets that produce points, and then it's just like, let's watch Kate. And that's that's not going to get you
standing
far.
and sitting around and watching. No, I agree with this. God Hates Coward says refs didn't cost Pistons this game. Relaxing on defense and playing lame. A half-court offense lets Cavs back in the game. No, listen, the Pistons had their opportunities to be able to overcome this. Let's not make any mistake about that. But the referees do have an influence over this game.
They
Otherwise,
had more than
don't put them out there.
in this one.
Yeah, and it's
they
a
had
story.
An impact.
That's why everyone's talking about, and that matters. They have a job to do too. Like, look, don't ever let people off the hook for things you would never be let off the hook for. If you did your job at the incompetency of these referees, you would be getting reprimanded. So why go and like?
You wouldn't have a job.
That's what I'm talking about. So it's like, for me personally, no. I'm an equal opportunity lender as it relates to what your responsibilities and your accountabilities are supposed to be. And so if a referee has a job to do your job and don't be terrible. Now, did the Pistons have enough to overcome? Oh, yes, they absolutely had enough to overcome in that game. Nobody is sitting on this panel and saying that the Detroit Pistons, they had the game taken from them by the referees. The Pistons had enough to be able to do. And this is where, throughout the show, I've continued to put a little bit more pressure on what I would like to see out of a Cade Cunningham. I believe this team is a little bit more of just what they are. They're showing this is who they are. The magical aspect of a consistent number 2 player is now walking through that door. Some nights it may be Tobias. Some nights it may be Dennis Jenkins. Some nights Duncan Robinson may have it going on. But down the stretch, you really need Cade Cunningham to be the guy who showed up in game number 2 against the New York Knicks last year. You need that guy who went toe-to-toe
even when he's being double
against
teamed.
Kevin Durant
even when
Brooklyn.
he's being double teamed, because I saw a real problem last night.
But there are sets to get him off.
But I saw a real, of course. And there's X's and O's that will break that down. But the
Yeah.
Pistons weren't ready for it last night. When he got double
No,
teamed.
that's a great point. That's
when he
what
got
they're-
double teamed, they were shocked.
Because that's on strategy and coaching.
You get it out to Toby, who's 1 of 4 at that point, and he takes a 3 when he had a wide open lane. Wide open lane. And so as much as there are sets.
I
and
just
X's
remembered
and
the
O's,
play. Like,
yeah.
we were all like,
And I thought he was
no,
going to go. I thought he was
every-
going to go.
For real,
And
though.
at that point, when you go, however long it was, they gave up a 9-0 run basically to tie the game to finish before, in regulation.
terrible, dog.
That is a point where you have to go back to your bread and butter, understand the situation as Unk, and go and draw contact in a game that they clearly wanted to blow the whistle. And unfortunately, listen, I'm not going to agree with the last guy that said that the refs didn't cost this team the game, because if the refs don't go 15-4 in the first half, advantage Cleveland, 15-4 fouls
They're
in
getting
the first half.
blown out.
They're getting blown out.
Blown out,
Sure.
man. There were so many bailouts in.
But at the end of the game, you have to take advantage of the trend. And I think it was Gromit in here said earlier in the chat, he says, you don't fight the system. If you see what's happening, hell, we played the video from Donovan. I've never seen Donovan as a high-end flopper. That's his teammate, right? But we saw him adjust his game, take some advice from his friend, start laying on the floor a little bit more. And it doesn't always work, but he's definitely gotten a hell of a lot more calls. And at some point, like there was a move by Duran where he got right to the basket, had an opportunity to go up, draw contact, still got fouled, but he was passing the ball.
Yeah.
Fortunately, they were in the bonus, so he still got his 2 shots. But I've seen such overly ethical play from this team in a series
Almost to a
where
fault.
the other, and we're going to touch on that in our last Pistons segment, so I don't want to go too deep on that, but what we saw was 2 teams, one identifying the trend and the other one trying to buck it. So, Gromit, I'm with you, dude. Don't fight the system, but we'll come back to that a little bit. Let's go ahead and break a little bit earlier. We're both a little worked up. Let's transition to some Lions.
You cooking over there, man.
In fact, yeah, we got some cool stuff cooked up for you guys for the schedule announcement. We'll talk to you more about that. Please get your super chats in, guys.
Get them
If
in
you're going to
there.
qualify, get on that prize wheel, which we're going to spin tomorrow. We got a new prize wheel you guys are going to enjoy, too. But you're going to get that Johnny Mustard's hat. It's dope. It's got the Old English D on
You know
it, which
what?
we're covering up just in case.
We may have to put like a VMix link on that prize wheel, too.
Oh, we'll cook up some.
Find a way to get
real
one of
food.
those fans.
cook.
But listen, smash that like button, guys. I think we're really low on likes, so smash that like button. We'll be right back. We're gonna pay some bills.
Yes, sir. Kool-Aid, you have estates.
Shout out. Hey, look, whether you're buying a home or refinancing, the team at Estates Title Agency makes the closing process simple and convenient. Proudly serving Michigan since 2003, the staff at Estates Title has over 20 years of experience. Combine that with Nabiz's expertise, and they can guide any title or escrow transaction to a smooth landing. They know you're busy, which is why they offer evening and weekend closings by appointment, and they will even come complete the transaction at a location of your choice. For all your title needs, call Mr. Deeds.
And Anson, tell them about Pure.
Oh, listen. You know who I called this morning, right?
You needed some help, huh?
No, I called Pure Psychiatry because of that game last
Had
night.
to talk to
guys.
somebody.
Goodness.
Listen, we know. I mean, talking sports is
Tap in.
easy. Not so easy today, but the real stuff, that's tough. But fortunately, May is Mental Health Awareness Month, so it makes sense for you to take that first step and reach out to our partners at Pure Psych. PTSD, anxiety, stress, whatever it is, maybe you just need some counseling. Reach out to them. They will cater a specific plan just for you. Not like the other guys that cook it up for everybody. It's just for you. And they're all over Michigan. They've got a couple more in Northern Ohio. So please reach out to them. You can find them at PurePsychMI.com.
Big injuries, big news. Twice a week, Dr. Jeff Pierce from Michigan Sports and Spine joins Woodward Sports Network for the Injury Insider Report. Big D Energy Tuesdays at noon. Braylon Edwards and Shaq Thursdays at 3:30. Get expert analysis and in-depth breakdowns on the latest sports injuries from the man trusted by top athletes in the community, like D-Mac. Whether it's the Lions, Pistons, Tigers, or Red Wings, Dr. Pierce talks us through it all. Don't miss the Injury Insider Report with Dr. Jeff Pierce, your go-to source for understanding the impact of injuries on the games and players we love. Only on Woodward Sports Network. Scan the QR code on the screen or go to MichiganSportsandSpine.com to see if Dr. Jeff Pierce can help you.
Planet Fitness now has even more best-in-class strength equipment. Join today for $1 down and save.
We're stepping it up.
We're not slowing down.
Finding new faith, new focus.
Love that new equipment smell.
So, you in?
Join the club today. Save when you join for just $1 down, $15 a month. Planet Fitness. We're all strong on this planet.
This is a hungry bear. This is Carl and Jeff. Carl isn't worried because he has focused energy to spare thanks to Thrive energy pouches. Jeff didn't use Thrive when Carl offered. The bear is happy about that. Don't just survive. Thrive.
Big injuries, big news. Twice a week, Dr. Jeff Pierce from Michigan Sports and Spine joins Woodward Sports Network for the Injury Insider Report. Big D Energy Tuesdays at noon. Braylon Edwards and Shaq Thursdays at 3:30. Get expert analysis and in-depth breakdowns on the latest sports injuries from the man trusted by top athletes in the community, like D-Mac. Whether it's the Lions, Pistons, Tigers, or Red Wings, Dr. Pierce talks us through it all. Don't miss the Injury Insider Report with Dr. Jeff Pierce, your go-to source for understanding the impact of injuries on the games and players we love. Only on Woodward Sports Network. Scan the QR code on the screen or go to MichiganSportsandSpine.com to see if Dr. Jeff Pierce can help you.
Pasta for lunch today. Guess what? I did not crash at all this afternoon because I'm on those Thrive energy pouches. Peach is actually my favorite flavor, by the way, because this ain't your daddy's dip though. Check it out. It's tobacco free, nicotine free, mental powerhouse, packing 300 mgs of clean smart caffeine. I have yet to crash, y'all. Thrive can be found online at dipstop.com. Remember to use that promo code WSN for 15% off your entire order. Found exclusively at all Market Fresh and Market Square locations. Thrive Clean Energy. They just flippin' work, y'all.
That's right. And if you're looking to take your relaxation to the next level, which I'm pretty sure we all are after last night a little bit, then you got to check out Massage Chair House in Bloomfield Hills. Look, we were there for the draft party, and it was freaking awesome. I was sitting in a Lamborghini chair, it felt like, at one point. And they carry the top brands like Affinity and Osaki, making it the go-to destination for premium comfort and cutting-edge wellness technology. Be sure to visit Dr. Eric Duncan, the Wellness Doc, and the creator of your #1 YouTube channel for massage chair reviews at The Wellness Doc. Book your visit today at massagechairhouse.com or simply scan the QR code right above my head and message or in the Massage Chair House, your ticket to ultimate recovery and relaxation.
Sweet potato.
And we back.
What's your favorite
Here
flavor?
we go.
What's your
Taking
favorite
notes,
flavor?
You guys over there crushing.
Peach.
Peach, huh?
You know
The peach
it.
was good, dude.
Yeah, peach is good.
There's some Chicago
Millions of-
catfish in the chat.
You saw that, huh?
Some Chicago
That's it.
catfish in the chat. Welcome. Got some super chats in here. I'm going to get to those.
It is one of my guys.
Yeah.
So Shy Son he is a supporter. I
Okay.
see you in there, man. So I'm gonna be.
Listen, I'm
Hospitable.
Dominican Sue jersey for you guys tomorrow. Hit the super chats. We had one come in. I'm going to catch up with that one in a second. Shout out Michael Weary, our like police. Speaking of like police, we need you guys to smash that like button and get those super chats in. Have you, Sweet Potatoes, seen any chats of interest?
Yeah, I've identified a few in here. This is to go back when Kool-Aid was spitting that ether on the Pistons. Shout out to Art Vandelay.
Importer, exporter.
If Kool-Aid mad like this, yeah, done effed up. NBA, fix it.
Fix it.
No cap, though.
Adam Silver's NBA. I love that one. You got any more?
Absolutely. Another one here. Vincent E313 in the chat. Just roasted some marshmallows from Kool-Aid cooking.
Shout
I
out.
told you, man. The whole room lit up with that one.
Look,
Let's
just
pull
save me a
this. You
s'more,
got another
too.
one? Or
That's all. Yeah. What you got on the super chats
all
over
right,
there?
my man. Michael Wary, appreciate you. $2 or $5 super chat.
Shout
Getting
out.
2 spots on that wheel.
Appreciate you, chat family.
Why is this? Perfect segue into our next topic, my friend. Jared Goff declared NFL's most disrespected player in an analysis bold claim while ranking him number 9 overall. I will answer that for you, Michael. The same guy who puts him at 9 also feels that he's highly disrespected, and that's why he put him so high on his list. I don't see him on 9 on other lists. Or is he talking about just in the QB rankings here? I mean, listen, 9 is disrespect because the
Caleb
guy's
Williams
been a
at 3,
top
didn't
5
he?
quarterback, 3 years straight, B-Lad?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Big time. Well, he also had Caleb Williams at 3, so...
Oh, the catfish?
Yeah, I was just like, what are we doing here with this?
I cannot
As soon as
wait.
I saw
To
that,
the
I turned
delights
it
of
off.
Anson.
I can't wait for Chicago to just... I don't know what's going to be harder for them, to realize the catfish under center or to have to drive to Iowa to see their squad.
Yeah, right.
Man,
Gary, Indiana
what
Bears.
a peasant franchise.
Facts. Freaking hate him.
Franchise. Golly.
Absolutely hate him.
So, yeah, we're talking Lions. And tonight, guys, we have a very special show kicking off at 8 p.m. So tune in. No watch party tonight. That comes tomorrow night. Of course, the same crew will be put together. Kool-Aid will be in the house for
Yes,
that
sir.
one
You
as
heard?
it is on the road, and we'll have the whole crew in here. But tonight, we have the official NFL schedule release party from 8 to 9 o'clock. That'll be fun. It's a bigger and bigger deal these days. Guys, I got to ask you, are you excited about this? Because, I tuned in the morning, and Maz and Sean, they counted down the days for this. You know this is Maz's ish right here.
Oh, yeah, it is.
For me, just give me week 1, bro. Do you care about the schedule release like everyone else does?
I've grown into liking it more. There was a time where it's just like, man, just give me the football. But as they've kind of made it festive and social media makes it more connected,
Yeah.
I think I'm like, okay, since I have to wait this wait, then at least entertain me in the meantime.
Sure.
Now, I think what waters it down is it used to be better. I think now it's more everyone's trying to effectively get engagement rather than make sure that they have a nice product as it relates to these schedule releases that a lot of the teams do and a lot of the fans. Hey, look, it's where content starts to go crazy. You know, it's when media and everybody starts to talk about the team and a little bit more of the flow of the season. Oh, yep, we think they can get off to a fast start, or if they don't start off winning at least 2 of these, I think it's where you first kind of get the hope and the possibilities of what your team can realistically be in terms of how that schedule lines up. Because what was one of the things we said early when we were wondering about the Bills and some of the other teams that we may have to visit late in the season? We were saying we don't want them where? In the end of the season. And so from that perspective, I've grown into it, appreciating it more. Let me put it that way.
It really helps that we have a really good team. Because now we are dissecting it week by week.
You know
by
what?
Week.
That might be it.
Are we getting them at home? Are we
We're
getting them
actually
on the
good
road?
now.
Before it was like, can we just play, dude? And
Yeah.
Can we just start
It
this
was like, I'm
6
so
and 10 season
tired.
already? You know? I got an interesting idea. Yesterday was the 13th, which means there's 18 days left this month. Give us 1 week a day. Give us week 1 tonight. This week 2 tomorrow. I don't know. I think Maz might lose his mind. Where are
Tease
you at on
reveal?
this one, B-Lad? Do you like the way
Maz
they
wants
released
the
this?
whole
Is it a big
shebang.
deal to you?
So, personally, since they dropped the opponents, I've been pretty eager to see this. And I know they've done it differently in the past where it's kind of like more gradually drawn out and then, you know, the bits and pieces kind of get put in place. But I do like this like designated time slot to where they're like, all right, because I feel like a lot of people like me are waiting to see who their team's going to play and how things are going to pan out, especially now that we're getting these new slated games on like Thanksgiving Eve and Black Friday. I mean, even though it's been a thing, and then the games around Christmas. I know Goodell is trying to stretch out as many games as he can throughout that time period, and he's trying to take over the NBA's time slot and all that stuff. But no, I'm freaking pumped, man. I like the Saints week 1. Statement game. That's all I'm gonna say. Freaking statement game. You know what I mean? Like that's what we need to do here at Detroit Lions. We're good now.
B-Lad broke it for you guys. We are going to be at home week 1. That was leaked, as he said. We will be hosting the New Orleans Aints.
Facts.
Hey,
I got to ask you, Cam. Sunday at the farmers market or the NFL schedule release? Which is more exciting to you?
Sunday at the farmers. I mean, come on.
You going to the apple cider, huh?
Yeah. 6 of the matchups there, divisional foes. I'm more interested in just the primetime games, y'all.
Yeah.
I mean, that's it for me.
The primetime matchups for you, man. Especially now, I think, again, that's another product of the fact that they're good.
Right.
Now we're seeing the Lions go out there, and we know every year they're getting at least 3, 4, 5 primetime games. And what do the Lions usually do? They usually fare very, very well in those games. So I feel you on that. It used to be that for me. I used to wait to see, do we have a Monday Night Football game? I remember being a little kid just hoping. And every year I would just kind of trick myself into, well, at least we got the Thanksgiving game. Right. And you know what I mean? But it's like now, I feel you on that one. There was a time where it was just, let me see what those prime time games are. We still care about those because now our team gets a lot of them. We show out. When we said that we were America's team, it was largely because of that. They were able to make graphics. Oh, look at the Lions, undefeated on prime time.
For sure.
And some of those teams, they were absolutely giving them BTA.
Yeah.
So I feel you on that.
So, guys, excluding Thanksgiving, 5 primetime games last year. Had 2 Monday night games.
Excluding Thanksgiving?
That's excluding Thanksgiving. 2 Monday night games, 2 Sunday night games, and then the Thursday night game in Week 14 against the Dallas Cowgirls.
Good save.
I almost messed that up. 5 national television games for a team that finished pretty damn good at 15-2 the year prior, 9-8 last year. What are your expectations come tonight when they release the schedule? How many natty games, primetime, will you see for the Leos? 3.5 over.
How
about that?
I'm taking the over.
The over.
I'm
3.5. You seeing 4?
I'm taking over.
Excluding
I would between
Thanksgiving.
4 and 5, but that's where.
How do you give a 9-win team 5 primetime games?
Because it's the Lions. It's the Lions.
It's the national favorite Lions or your Lions?
You know what? No, they crossed the veil. That's what made it that much more sweet for us.
Across the veil when they missed the playoffs this last year?
You know what? I thought they did at first, but you see everybody out there saying, nah, they got that offensive line together. Yeah. Nah, they still got some dogs over there. Nah, there's some horses for Jahmyr Gibbs to gallop behind now. And so that changes things. You got a lot of national media who do try their hardest and their darndest to bury the Detroit Lions, but when they get down to actually having to break it down and they see, oh, crap, some of the things that used to make them very, very, very good team, almost dang near unbeatable, almost you got to show up and you got to get, you're walking in having to score 30 if you want a chance to beat the Lions. I believe that team has moved much more closer back to that, and that's what is going to, at least for me, color this thing and where I'm seeing a lot of people in national media who are saying, you know what, the Lions, you got to look out for them.
Yeah.
Where's the overset for them at that 10.5? Obviously, trying to take some people's money as well, but I do believe a lot of it has to do with the Lions making the necessary improvements at the position that matters most.
3.5 over/under natty primetime games. Where are you at with that one, B-Lad?
3.5. I'm gonna go over. And this is not just me being biased, but we weren't that far off. Like last year, obviously down year. You've seen a couple of the big heavy hitters in the past, like Philadelphia and Pittsburgh, if you want to throw them in there too. They have down years, but the next year I feel like I'm always watching them. And obviously you have your big market teams like New York and LA. They'll have as many primetime games as you can imagine. I'm pretty sure I just saw another one week 2, Giants versus Rams. That's going to be on a primetime game. I believe that's Monday night, but I'm pretty confident in taking that over. I feel like the Lions aren't that far off of are we including Thanksgiving?
No.
Oh, we're not including Thanksgiving. Oh, okay.
They had 5 last year without Thanksgiving.
Okay, I'll still take the over then. Yep, 100%.
I'm going to agree with you guys for a lot of the reasons that you just said, but also the fact that we have some of the most marketable players in the NFL on our team.
Hey,
period.
Yeah,
that's
All
a
right?
clip.
So, I mean, flat out, Jared Goff has his own chant. He may not be as big everywhere else, but everyone knows him. Everyone knows his wife as well. You got Jahmyr Gibbs, arguably one of there's only 2 running backs in the NFL right now that we consider the best.
He's the boy, man.
And it's him and Bijan. Listen, Amon-Ra St. Brown, maybe the most merchandisable guy on the Lions, and then Hutch, fully healthy last year, and people love that guy. The girls love that guy. There are so many marketable players on the Lions. They need them on national TV. They are a true brand in the NFL now. They may not be America's team yet. It seemed like we were trending that way. I think they got to get to a Super Bowl before that really is cemented, but I'm going to take the over. I think 4 is a sweet spot there. Because, again, like you said, B-Lad, this 9-8 team, they really should have been an 11-7 team.
Yes, realistically, with the
Or
injuries.
11 and, what is that, 11 and
7?
11 and 6.
Yeah, I don't even know.
Math is hard.
So not quite America's team, but maybe America's tees.
Yeah, hey, there you go.
Yeah, there you go.
Ooh,
I kind of like that.
I like that. They certainly were last year. So speaking of them teasing us last year, leaving us grasping, thinking that we were getting one team and then having to deal with another, no playoffs. Week 1, I'm going to go to you first, B-Lad.
Yes, sir.
Our resident football guy. Week 1, what do you need to see from this Detroit Lions team? And Super Chat yours in, guys. We'll also maybe read some good ones, but we will read yours for sure if you get the Super Chat in. B-Lad, let's hear yours.
Dominant defense. Obviously, we know that they have a new quarterback in the city.
Dominant,
of New
not
Orleans.
just good.
No, I'm talking about hold them under 2 scores. Wow. Like I'm legitimately putting them to the test. Our defense was just so pathetic the last 2 years. And when you have an opponent like this, especially week 1 at home, you got to make a statement, man. Like this.
You're not afraid of Tyler Shook?
Not at all. No way. Am I afraid of Tyler Shook?
Half the league still can't even figure out his last name.
That's what I'm saying. Shook. Yeah, I'm telling you, I'm not worried about no Shook. No, you know what I mean? So I got to see nothing but dominant defense. I need to see the defensive line get after Tyler Shook, because if we can put the pressure on him, they might not even put up, I don't want to go too far, but if they can put pressure on Tyler Shook and they make him force throws, and that leads our secondary to kind of show out and show off too, that's what I need to see. And on the offensive side of the ball, another thing I want to see is establish that run game, please. Like, this is something that
I said one thing, bro. You're
I know.
stealing shit.
I'm sorry. I'll just leave it at that. I'll let you guys cook. But defense, please, D-line especially, get after Tyler Shook.
Did he steal any of yours, Kool-Aid? Did he steal your one?
I didn't explain my why.
my one is I still have one thing that I want.
D-line needs to dominate for sure.
Yeah, for me, it's I want to see this team get back to manipulating defenses, especially with the play action.
That's interesting.
Yes.
That's what I thought Jared Goff was really, really, really good at, especially at utilizing all the weapons and the speed and the timing and the space that they had. It was just, hey, look, if you know that this guy can make the right spot pass, he can get it there on a dot, even if it's a little wobbly in the duck. Shout out to my guy Spinney and Ryan Lentz. You know what? You get back to having good things happen for the Detroit Lions offense. And one of the things that I miss seeing that got our watch party so amped up was one-on-one play action Jahmyr Gibbs against the linebackers. Bring that back to me. Please bring that back to me. I want to be able to see that a whole lot more, not just the swing passes out the backfield, but I want to be able to see Jahmyr Gibbs be a little bit more of what they said that he would be, a weapon. And I think that that's going to help take this Detroit Lions offense to the next level. Usually they start a little slow, but with Dan Campbell and co. doing their supposedly they're supposed to shut down the joint practices with other teams, but their starters are supposed to play in preseason.
Yep.
Hopefully they do, for lack of a better term, pun intended, hit the ground running.
Well, I'm going to redefine those answers as the defensive line and the offensive line, and I'm going to go for the secondary.
Let's go.
I need to, because, hey, we don't know what the secondary is going to look like for the first half of the season. We think we know what it looks like in the second half of the season, and with Brian Branch in there, it's going to look damn good. We don't know what Terrion is in the middle of or where he'll be, all of those fun things.
He'll be on Braylon's Island.
We got Allie. We got a lot of different guys that are kind of being put together, and we got to see if they're going to fit. I think the defensive line will be good. I think our Our linebacking core will be good. I have major question marks for our guys in the secondary. And if Chris Olave goes out there and absolutely shreds us and starts yet another year storyline where number one wide receivers shred this Lions defense, it's going to be a tough season to win the NFC North. So I want to see an inspired and effective secondary.
I like that.
Absolutely need to see that. I really think that it's been the Achilles heel. If you get that extra second and a half, all of a sudden our whole defensive line looks better. But our secondary is going to get some help from Mr. Moore and Mr. Hutch and those others. Hopefully a revived Aleem McNeil.
I like the words you use there, inspired and effective.
Yes.
You know, it's not even like we're just asking for you guys to go out there and play at a star level, but can you go out there and be effective? And that's what we've kind of lacked. We haven't had anybody that's been consistent back there either in terms of an entire secondary, and a lot of that has to do with the injuries. Not since that 49ers. That's what I'm saying. A lot of it has to do with the injuries, as well as players not living up to the hype either. So this is a season that you're going to have to see it all put together. It's crazy. Brad Holmes was called like the secondary, the quarterback whisperer. He called himself that. He's done some good things, though. So, you know, overall, there's been some huge misses at a time of need, and I think that is what compounds a lot of this other stuff. If you knew 100% that you hit on both Terrion and Ennis Rakestraw, life is a little bit different right now.
I was just going to say, we're talking to you, Ennis. We're talking to you. But let's talk about some of our sponsors real quick and take a quick break.
Yes, sir. We have Dr. Pierce and we have Buddies.
That's good.
So let me
You
pull
guys
these
already
up
know
real quick.
Dr. Pierce. Shout out to Dr. Pierce, man.
Shout out.
I'm thinking
Not
about
today,
getting back
but
out
he
there.
should be here tomorrow with
Yeah,
us.
he should be here tomorrow with them. But shout out to Dr. Pierce. He is our injury insider, and more than his knowledge and his work within pro sports and the Rock Doc, man. Shout out to Live Nation's medical doctor here in Michigan. That is the Rock Doc, Dr. Pierce. He also understands us, man. The everyday person, the high school athlete, the college athlete, the plant worker. You know what? Us right up here on this desk and our everyday pains, including like when Braylon, he had a little pain in his elbow and he's trying to make sure that he can golf. You know, it's good for the network. Dr. Pierce made sure to get him right. He can make sure that you guys are right as well. You see the QR code above my head and you see his number there for Michigan Sports and Spine, 248-426-9944. You can catch him every Tuesday, the Injury Insider segment on Big D Energy, and every Thursday right here on this show, Braylon Edwards Show. This week it'll be Friday.
Preach.
Tap in with Dr. Pierce.
Yes, sir. And Anson, tell us about
Tap in
Buddies.
with Buddies everywhere, okay? They're all over Metro Detroit. They've been doing it for 80 years. I told you some guy decided to put some pizza in an old auto pan, and he just happened to invent the best pizza in the world. It took about 70 years for the rest of the world to figure it out, but we've known here in Detroit all of our lives. It's Buddies. It's the original. 1946 it was created. 6 Mile and Conant, their original location still stands, along with a whole bunch more across Metro Detroit and the great state of Michigan. But we're partnered up with them. We're going to hook you up. We're going to give you 20% off your next order using that Woodward 20. Or you can save $200 off your catering. I just realized that, man. So make sure when you head on over there to buddiespizza.com, you also check out that buddiespizza.com/catering. Because imagine your next party is catered by Buddies, the original.
This is a hungry bear. This is Carl and Jeff. Carl isn't worried because he has focused energy to spare thanks to Thrive energy pouches. Jeff didn't use Thrive when Carl offered. The bear is happy about that.
Don't just survive, thrive.
Planet Fitness now has even more best-in-class strength equipment. Join today for $1 down and save.
We're stepping it up.
We're not slowing down.
Finding new faith. New focus.
Love that new equipment smell.
So, you in?
Join the club today. Save when you join for just $1 down, $15 a month. Planet Fitness. We're all strong on this planet.
If you're looking for the perfect spot to host your next party or get together, you got to head to Black Rock Bar and Grill. It is home of the Steak on the Stone. You see the food there, and it's looking good. You know what? I think wifey and I, we're going to have to definitely hit up Black Rock this week. Hopefully it's to celebrate a Detroit Pistons dub.
Yep.
Whether it's a graduation party, baby shower, rehearsal dinner, or your next big watch party, Black Rock has the food, drinks, and atmosphere to make it unforgettable. And the best part, there's truly something for everyone. Book your next event today at Black Rock Bar and Grill. And find a location near you at blackrockrestaurants.com.
Hey, listen, if you are looking to buy your first home or a new home, or you're looking to refinance your home soon, get on the phone today with Supreme Lending. You can reach Chad or Chris. Chad, you can get him at 248-379-5214, or Chris at 720-508-0621. The reason you're going to call him right now is because you want to improve your situation as a borrower. They're going to give you a checklist, and they're going to walk you through all the things you need to do to get the best interest rate possible. But we're also going to hook you up because we've got a partnership with them, and that means that you can get up to $500 off your appraisal just by mentioning Woodward Sports. But they're also going to hook you up themselves. 0% down payment. They got all kinds of different programs available. So please, if you're making a big move with your house or your mortgage, reach out to Supreme Lending today.
And we back.
Welcome back, guys. What do we got? About we got a good 40 minutes here.
Yeah, oh yeah. Got some time.
Lions talk, man. You know what I got? Let's have some fun. Today's a rough day. We haven't done this one in a long, long time. But I need answers, guys.
He needs answers.
What up, though?
Anson needs answers. I want to hear from you guys in the chat. Of course, you can super chat them in. I'll also look for some other ones. Yeah, this one's fun, guys. We're going to start it off with some hoops. Two guys. They are near and dear to all of us. In fact, they've ingrained themselves in the culture of hoops here in Detroit, because what do we love in Detroit? We love defense.
That's right.
And there were two that were better than anybody else. Asar will get into this debate at some point, if he's not already there, but I'm going to leave it with two of you. All right, two of them for you guys. You get one of these two guys for their entire career and everything that comes with it. Ben Wallace or Dennis Rodman? I'm going to start with you, Sweet Potato.
Sweet
Who
Potato.
you picking?
Let him know.
As much as I love Big Ben and Ben Wallace, what he did and what he meant to the city and that championship and all, the Worm, baby.
The Worm, huh?
You saw him play, right? Boys.
Yes.
Worm.
Yeah. I witnessed the Worm, saw the Bad Boys do their thing. I mean, not only did the Worm do his thing for us, but he also held it down in Chicago, too, right around the corner from Lake Michigan there.
Yeah.
I got your answer for you, A-Dub. It's the Worm.
I'm not mad at all. How about you, young B-lad?
Yes, sir. They call me young for a reason, because I wasn't watching this because I was either young or, I can't remember. But I'm going to have to go with Dennis Rodman as well. The rings speak for themselves. 2 with Detroit and then 3 for Chicago. And he's probably arguably like the best rebounder ever based off of the tape that I've watched compared to what I've seen throughout my lifespan. So that's my reason why I'm going with Dennis Rodman right now.
Pure hustle.
Yeah, exactly. Pure hustle and pure heart, baby. You know how it is.
How about you,
Yeah,
Mr. Pistons?
in terms of the player that I got to intimately watch play, it's Ben Wallace. In terms of the guy that I saw Dennis Rodman, be at the tail end of the Bad Boys and kind of go into what the Chicago years early on, that was a guy who was a much more well-rounded player than a lot of people give him credit for on the offensive side of the ball. But I do got to put some respect on our guy Ben Wallace, his name, because he's considered one of those players, one of the few players in the history of the NBA to actually control the game from the defensive side of the floor. And so from that perspective, to know that we literally do not have a championship if we do not have a Ben Wallace to be able to go up against a Shaq, that to me does matter a whole lot. But again, do the Bad Boys Pistons without a Dennis Rodman? We don't know. But I do know this. You're talking about the 4 Defensive Player of the Year awards. Real ones, not Gobert-type ones. In a league, in an era where big men actually banged in a paint. That's where Ben Wallace made his name.
Facts.
And so for me, I gotta put a little bit of respect on our guy. Ben Wallace. Hey, shout out to Mason.
Hey, Shy son.
Yes, shout out.
Dennis Rodman is not yours or Chicago's. I don't care how many rings he brought to your town.
Daddy Rich.
He ain't fucking yours,
Yeah.
Catfish. I'm going to tell you right now. Your city's too soft to be home to the worm. Damn straight.
Yeah.
Period. R.I.P. Brutus. Big Ben is a man. But he's got to go with the worm. E-Fog, he wishes we had a Dennis Rodman on this team right now. We do. Kind of. Just we won't need a big man Rodman instead of the wing Rodman. Asara's a new worm, says Michael Wary. He's not there yet, but he is loading.
Definitely the archetype.
Yes.
Rodman could draw charges like no one else, says God Hates Cowards. Shy Son, I will read this. Ben Wallace was
Better
great.
than Tim Hardaway Jr.? No, I'm just playing.
Ben Wallace was great, but not Dennis Rodman great. Rodman was a rock star, and I will agree with the Catfish on this one. They're all catfish.
Rodman used to talk that ish, too.
He was a rock star. In terms
so
of
listen,
that, the
you
aura
got to
was off the
remember,
charts.
Ben Wallace is never going to cause you any problems. Okay?
That is facts. Actually.
Dennis Rodman was found in the parking lot of the Palace of Auburn Hills with a shotgun. Okay? He married himself. He
talked that ish too. Psychological warfare.
He also smashed Carmen Electra. Shout out.
Kicked the cameraman in the balls.
I
was watching that game.
Got drunk all night, showed up for practice hungover, but still crushed it. So you got a problem on one hand, you got no problem ever. And I will say this, the Pistons don't win that 04 championship if you sub Rodman in for Ben Wallace.
That's true.
But the bad boys don't win without Rodman.
Yeah.
True story.
Awesome.
And what he's meant to this league, the things that he could do, and the mental edge he had on every superstar he lined up against is why I am picking the worm.
Yup.
With no disrespect at all towards Ben Wallace. Because, again, 04 isn't winning it with Rodman. The bad boys aren't winning with Ben. But I don't know that for sure on either account. Both the two greatest defenders ever. And they're both Pistons.
There you go. And that's what I was going to say. It's awesome that we actually get to talk about this because there's a lot of people who try to talk about, well, where did he spend, Rodman the majority of his career or this, that, and the other. Even Ben Wallace, who, in terms of the overall career, people are like, well, he was only here for this amount of time. Then he went and played for the Cavs and the Bulls after us, actually, before coming back to Detroit towards the later end of his career. But it was about the impact and who and when these players became themselves. Dennis Rodman became Dennis Rodman right here underneath the tutelage, the guidance, and honestly, by his own words, I guess the fathership of a Daddy Rich, of Chuck Daly.
Yeah,
Yes.
when Chuck Daly left, the writing was on the wall.
Yep.
I didn't know we were going to lose on a trade for Sean Elliott.
No.
It's a whole other story. We don't need to get into that. All right, next question, guys. We're going to go through two of these, have some fun, and then we will get back to some Pistons talk, some predictions, how we're feeling about Game 6 and all that. This one I've been thinking about for some time. I've been thinking about this my whole life, in fact. I want the 3 stadiums in history, whether they stand still to this day, whether they still stand to this day but are empty, or whether they're long gone. I want to know the 3 stadiums that if you could go to, you would go catch a game. Maybe you got to hop in a DeLorean to go and do it, but we're sending you and we're sending you for free. B-Lad, I'm going to lead things off with you. Give me the 3 stadiums you would do anything to see a game in.
3 stadiums. I'm going to start off with number 1, Pontiac Silverdome. Just based off of my father's stories and my father's interactions. He was down there actually when they were playing the New York Jets, and the starting quarterback of the New York Jets at the time couldn't get a snap off because it was so loud. And he literally told me the concrete underneath his feet was literally shaking. And he wasn't exaggerating when he said it. And he was showing me clips of, he was a big Barry guy, back in the day and stuff like that. But the pictures that I saw of him and his brothers, and even in general the pictures you look up online, that place looked unreal. And it sat 20,000 more than Ford Field does now. So imagine you put the Lions fans you have now in the Pontiac Silverdome. I feel like it would be impossible to play there. And another one that I actually really wanted to go to, and it's actually on my bucket list. Me and a buddy of mine want to go see the Lions play there. Is Jerry's World.
Okay.
Jerry's World, AT&T Stadium. We want to go down there. We want to experience Jerry's World. We want to see if we can.
Land.
Yes, we want to see if we can crack Jerry's World.
I hear there's some great cowgirls there for real.
Oh, there probably is. Hey, yeah.
That is a fact.
Mr. Austin can attest. Appreciate you,
the
sweet potato.
cheerleaders and all that. You know what I mean? And another stadium that I've never been to that I really want to go is Wrigley. Believe it or not, I've never been to Wrigley, and I want to see the history there.
Me too, bro. Me too. Honestly, when we finish this one, we need to go back to the chat and revisit all of this Rodman, Wallace stuff because there's some great stuff in the chat. But we'll finish up with the stadiums here. Sweet Potato, give us 3.
Yeah, Johnny Detroit said Pistons should trade Dern and Holland for Rodman. Wait, no, that's not what he said. Hey, go ahead.
I ain't mad at it.
I ain't mad at it either.
So I'm going to kick it off. I'm a big soccer guy. I want to see a match at Wembley Stadium.
Ooh.
In England.
Fire.
Dubbed as the House of Football.
Football.
It's just really big. That's the big stage over there.
People died there watching football.
Oh yeah.
Trampled.
It's for realsies.
Number 2?
You bet. Number 2, the Colosseum. Shout out to Rome, Italy.
So you're talking like BC.
Yes.
Okay.
But I want to be there. I want to see those gladiators do things.
I love that.
I want to see blood, The OG.
The Coliseum probably should be on everyone's list.
The
Am I wrong?
OG UFC. Come on now.
I love it.
Yeah, that's true.
I love
actually.
it.
And then this is on my bucket list here, Lambeau Field. I have yet to witness a game at the frozen tundra up there at Lambeau Field. F the pack. Go Lions.
Yeah, baby. Let's get it.
I'm gonna hit a couple in the chat here before we kick it over to Kool-Aid's 3. Flip the Bride. As a Lions fan, I hate to admit it, but my 3 stadiums I will go to are MSG, Soldier Field, and Lambeau Field. I gotta be honest, Lambeau Field, I just want to check out that whole city.
Yeah.
That
Facts.
sounds really damn
I heard
cool.
they got the whole setup going on with the fan park area around the place. It looks pretty sweet online.
Sounds like just going to a small college game,
right?
Like a
exactly.
Central Western weekend where it's just popping.
I could tailgate, get a couple stews in me,
I see some more in here. We'll get to those after Kool-Aid's top 3. You better not steal mine.
I went a little bit different here.
Okay.
There are some venues that I want to go and check out, like Rucker Park, Drew League, from a hoops perspective.
I got to watch some games at Rucker.
Really?
Not like the big games, but just watching guys hoop there.
I've seen that, but I want to be in that.
Yeah.
When it's really going, when the NBA players are showing
back
up and
when
such.
Dr. J showed out at Rucker.
Yep.
That's the
Kobe
game I
went
would want.
and showed out.
One specific game.
That type of stuff. And I want to be there for that. Not
So
that I
cool.
even have to play, but to be there in that scene.
Get him in for a few minutes, though, Dr. J.
Out there. Listen, man.
Kool-Aid in.
Kool-Aid, I'm letting it fly. Don't throw it to me. It's in the sky. I'm telling y'all already. But I'm going to be real with you guys. I have 3 experiences, actually, that I didn't even know that they were bucket lists, but as I've kind of come through basketball career, I'm realizing, these are some cool things. And so wanted to take a different angle. I actually got to play on the hardwood court that Ben Wallace built, Virginia Union University. My school, my college school was in the same conference.
Cool.
And it's epic. I got maybe 6 minutes in that game, but they knew I was a Pistons fan. That year, the Pistons had just won the finals, and coach said, get on in there. Get some minutes underneath Wallace's jersey.
Sweet.
And that was epic because he's known in that area. I was on the East Coast, so that was pretty epic. And then the last 2 years for All-Stars, Intuit Dome as well as Golden State Warriors' new domes, 2 new NBA arenas that are trying to build the arena the right way, be the model for other franchises. And I'm hoping one day that the Pistons learn from them. But
your boy Shy's son
Shout
just
out.
said Intuit Dome as well. It's one of his.
Intuit is insane. But you said Gladiators?
Yes.
I want to honestly go back in time and do the TV show. If you remember, I actually want. I want to.
So
I want to.
he's not
experience
watching games, by the way. His list, he's playing in all of them.
I am. Air Force Base game, Michigan State. Listen, as much as I want to be rivals, well freaking done. And then Legends of the Hidden Temple. It's my guilty pleasure. Leave me alone.
I love the way you said it. Rich Baldwin wants to go to PNC Park in Pittsburgh. You got to go. Very, very cool. Been before. Saw some other ones in here. Where did they go? You guys are bringing them in. Wrigley is epic. The entire area surrounding it, says Shy Sun.
That's what I've heard.
Always wanted to catch a Diamondback game at Chase Field, says Krug Daddy. While I'm out in the pool and center field as well as Minute Maid Park when it had the big hump in the outfield with the flagpole there.
Is that the one that goes up and the fans run out whenever there's a home run? Because I was going to say, which field is that? I forget which field that one is.
I feel like Texas Rangers?
Is that Texas? That one I kind of want to experience.
I'm going to have it.
I think it is. Yeah, that would be sick for sure.
I want to do that one day.
There used to be a college baseball team, like I don't want to say it's Rocky Mountain College or something, but it was in Colorado, and they had these rocks in the outfield that they left, and then a larger like platform on the other side of it. So the home team, they would like practice the quick routes and all the steps to get up there. And it was a real problem for other teams to come and play there. But I got an easy list. I'm going to start with number 3, Cobalt. Never saw a Pistons game. That was just a little too young. We started our season tickets at the Silverdome with Joe D's rookie year. Silverdome was amazing. If you never got a chance to go, you're talking about a massive arena that they would pull the curtain in the middle. And so you had the actual court on the one side, and I was so blessed. Shout out my dad. He got me to be a ball boy in '87 against the Celtics for the largest indoor NBA game ever up until maybe 10 years ago when they did one outside or something. There was 53,000 in attendance for that game. Oh my God, did Mikhail just sweat the whole game? I mean, the guy sweat on top of his sweat. It was disgusting. Like we were throwing him towels every single play. Number 2, the Great Western Forum for Showtime. I grew up hating the Lakers, watching our team dismantle both of their dynasties because we're Laker killers here in Detroit. But I don't want to go see a Staples Center game. I mean, I'd like to see the girls.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie, but I don't need to see a game at the Staples Center. In fact, I'd rather go see the Clippers' new spot. But that's into it, yeah. But I want to go back in time. I want to catch like an 88 game or an 89 game against the Lake Show at the Great Western Forum, which was named after the Great Western Bank, but it just sounded so perfect for the Great Western Forum. I never knew that until just recently.
I wonder if people, you know what? One I wish we could go back to is the Palace, man. Shout out to Palace. I wonder if there's anybody.
That should be on the top of my list.
So many memories.
That should be on the top of my list forever, bro. I did get to go to that last final game, and then John Sally took me, my ex, and my dad down into the bunker suites, and everyone was there. Everyone but Joe, Bill, and Grant Hill. And it was so cool, such a blessing. But number 1, it is easy, it is automatic, and it is the Boston Garden.
Boston Garden. The
God. Earl Strom with the whistle. You know, Casey Jones on the bench. Daddy Rich. Zeke. Not throwing the ball to Bird underneath to DJ, but man, that's a game I would have loved to have seen. I heard some absolute horror stories as a kid of my dad's friends going out there to catch playoff games. Not as bad as what I heard about the something Union. What was the Bulls where they played?
The Union.
Something Union. They would piss in cups and throw it on opposing guys during the Bulls run. Especially the Pistons when we were beating them.
That's assault, brother.
Now the 80s, brother.
I know.
But it certainly is assault today. Hey, man, it is what it is.
I did go to the forum. I see people in the chat, they're talking about I would have loved seeing Prime Showtime in the forum. And Rich Baldwin said the forum is still there. The Kevin Hart roast was still there. Yo, the forum was there. That's where they actually had the celebrity game.
But they don't do the games there anymore.
Well, they did have the All-Star celebrity game there. So where Amon-Ra, St. Brown, and Co.
Showtime.
Yeah, no, they're not doing that anymore.
Magic Johnson
if we could go back,
Showtime. Okay, that's what I want. 80s Garden and 80s Forum.
It was epic, man. That was another one I definitely want to add into there. Like just to be in that vicinity, be in those areas, and to see SoFi Stadium too. That's
Oh, yeah,
just big
SoFi
for
was
no
probably
freaking
sick.
like reason. I
Yeah.
want to be able to go in there.
Did
That
you watch
stadium
the
looks
roast?
crazy.
Did you watch the roast?
No, I saw.
There was
clips of
there
it,
was
though.
the one woman that was dressed in purple. She shouted out, she's like, "This is the Forum, damn it! This is where Showtime was born."
Yeah.
She got
I
me
mean, I
riled
saw
up.
that
I was
one.
like, "Hell yeah, dude!" Even though I hated that squad, I missed that squad.
You know, honorable mention stadium that I've always wanted to take a look at too and be there for a Lions game as well is U.S. Bank, Minnesota
Okay.
Vikings. Once that stadium first dropped, I'm like, wow, that looks absolutely unreal. Even Atlanta Falcons.
Atlanta's is slick too.
Yeah, for sure. Like those
Oh, yeah.
glass roofs, like something about them, and like at Minnesota Stadium just looks massive. Like I don't know, that's always one that's caught my eye.
I was
100%.
actually putting together a trip on February 12th or May 12th, 2 days ago. And with all the moving and everything, well, I was going to take some of the staff. We were going to do like a remote heavies, and we were going to go to Fenway to get the one-piece bomber jacket. They were playing the Phillies. But listen, if you haven't been to Fenway or Wrigley, I haven't been to either. I think you owe it to yourself to hit both before they're gone forever. I don't know when that's going to happen, but it's inevitable. I would say do yourself a favor. You got a couple of kids, pack them up. Sing the whole way and bother the hell out of them. Liberty Valance is a great tune to do that with, but seriously, go and check those two out, guys. Showtime, 4 wide, not knowing who Magic was, going to dish it to for a dunk was poetry in motion. Amen to that. God hates cowards. Where are we at with time-wise? 3:40?
3:40.
No docking today. We got kind of an open slate right here.
Yes, we do.
We're going to get into Pistons, and let's just go straight. So let's tell them about water.
Can we take a quick commercial break after you read?
Yeah, well, let's go into a little commercial as well after the Founders read here,
No
guys.
worries, boys. Here we go.
Hey, we're really excited about this partnership with Founders. You should see our fridges. They're stocked. And we're really excited about the new water hazard. They've added it to their bullpen, guys, our friends over at Founders. And this is a bright blue drink. That's water hazard, guys. It's actually a water-based cocktail. It's the very first canned vodka cocktail from Founders. 5% alcohol, so it's going to hold you up all day. Citrusy, refreshing, gluten-free as well. It's perfect between innings, before, after games. It's really just perfect all damn summer long. So next time you're out, go in the drink with water hazard. But please, guys, drink responsibly.
It's game on at Art and Jake's. Wings, burgers, pizza, and ice-cold drinks served up with attention to detail. Wall-to-wall TVs, great service, and a vibe that keeps your crew coming back. Art and Jake's, a sports bar setting with a fine dining flavor.
This is a hungry bear. This is Carl and Jeff. Carl isn't worried because he has focused energy to spare thanks to Thrive energy pouches. Jeff didn't use Thrive when Carl offered. The bear is happy about that.
Don't just survive, thrive.
Planet Fitness now has even more best-in-class strength equipment. Join today for $1 down and save.
We're stepping it up.
We're not slowing down.
Finding new faith, new focus.
Love that new equipment smell.
So, you in?
Join the club today. Save when you join for just $1 down, $15 a month. Planet Fitness. We're all strong on this planet.
You know how some things are so good they should be world famous, but they're not? Our house-made vinaigrette is one of those things. And the antipasto salad, we drizzle it over. Same with our hand-battered chicken tenders. Original recipe soups and pasta sauces. It's almost as if our original, world-famous Detroit-style pizza is mocking them. And that's not very nice.
Big injuries, big news. Twice a week, Dr. Jeff Pierce from Michigan Sports and Spine joins Woodward Sports Network for the Injury Insider Report. Big D Energy Tuesdays at noon. Braylon Edwards and Shaq Thursdays at 3:30. Get expert analysis and in-depth breakdowns on the latest sports injuries from the man trusted by top athletes in the community, like D-Mac. Whether it's the Lions, Pistons, Tigers, or Red Wings, Dr. Pierce talks us through it all. Don't miss the Injury Insider Report with Dr. Jeff Pierce, your go-to source for understanding the impact of injuries on the games and players we love. Only on Woodward Sports Network. Scan the QR code on the screen or go to MichiganSportsandSpine.com to see if Dr. Jeff Pierce can help you.
You know how some things are so good they should be world famous, but they're not? Our house-made vinaigrette is one of those things. And the antipasto salad, we drizzle it over. Same with our hand-battered chicken tenders. Original recipe soups and pasta sauces. It's almost as if our original, world-famous Detroit-style pizza is mocking them. And that's not very nice.
All right, welcome back. Final 15 minutes, guys. You guys had some fun with this one. Where's the Rando Smalls calling me out? I gotta find
Keep
this
killing
one.
it in the chat, guys.
Where did that one go? He basically said, "Oh, fuck you, Anson. You got me crying thinking about vacations up north now." E-Fog went to see a game in Oracle Park. He said that one's
Shout
a
out
great
E-Fog.
one. Yep.
One of the OGs.
And you know what? I'll just address this. Bo Mo 40. No one's been fired. There was one person let go 2 weeks ago. Maz is still with us. D-Mac is still with us. Terry Foster is still with us.
Bro, we'll be
and in
back
fact,
tomorrow.
we haven't let people go. We've brought back Jeff Iafrate and Booner and Caleb, some stalwarts here at Woodward Sports. So the country time, 11 to 1 p.m. show starts next Monday, and you'll be kicking things off next Monday morning, 8 to 10. Sean Baligian will be added to BDE, so he'll be alongside the Golden Voice, a Mr. Neil Rule. Something not so golden in town are Detroit Tigers. You got an update for us, B-Lad?
Yes, I do have an update for you guys.
Do we
here.
want it, though?
I mean, I personally didn't want it, but
We
I
need it.
I got
That's a
blessed
no.
with
That's
the
a
phone
no.
sitting next to me right here. Your Detroit Tigers have been swept again.
Swept?
Just lost 9-4 to the New York
The Tigers
Mets.
swept again.
The Mets?
The Tigers lost again.
Wait a second. Wait a second.
No.
Didn't the Mets have the most anemic offensive start in MLB history? I thought I saw something like that, or maybe top
So
five.
Tigers
think
are
so.
really down
How
bad
many?
right now.
How many runs did they score in the series?
How many runs
The
did the
Tigers. that
Let's
is.
see. Let me look. Let me pull that up for you real quick. Let's see. Runs scored in this series. We have 8 runs scored in the entire series
Through 3 games.
through 3 games, and the Mets put up 22. Outscored 22-8.
Yeah, we could use some of our pitchers healthy. That
Oh,
would help.
absolutely. There ain't no doubt about that one for sure. I mean, I get sick when I watch Flaherty on the mound.
So, I mean, we've seen polar opposites the last 2 seasons from these guys. We saw them not be that good and then make the run somehow to push themselves into the playoffs, and then we've seen them be really amazing and then fall on their face, complete face plant, still make the playoffs and do some damage and make some noise both years. Is this too big of a problem for them to get out of? Is it just some injuries we have to outlast? Where are you at on this, Kool-Aid?
That's my thing, because I do hear people talk about, well, look, it's an AL Central problem. They're in the AL Central. They're not too far out of it. But for me, it's not about if they're too far out of it. Do we have the dogs to go out there and win the show? And that, to me, is where it gets a little concerning, because I thought we had that last year, and you saw how they fell apart after getting 6 All-Stars into the game. I thought we had enough a couple years ago, and you saw how that wound up. Now we have a lot less than either one of those, in my opinion, because of what the injuries are doing. And so I just wonder, I'm hoping that these injuries work themselves out, but what you don't want to hear while you signing Justin Verlander, why? To cover injuries to your pitching staff already, and then what happens to him? 15-day DL turns into a 60-day DL.
Weird when a 43-year-old hits the DL, isn't it?
It's just a roster spot. It's just to fill the roster spot at this point.
At this point, but that's what I'm saying. So I want to be able to believe that we're going to be able to see this team actually reverse his fortunes from the last couple of years and be a second-half team. But I feel sometimes I'm grasping at straws to figure out exactly where that is, especially if there's rumors of them potentially selling at the deadline.
And you know, it's funny that you say that too, Kool-Aid, because you brought up points about the Pistons earlier. Now, I know last year if I was here, I would have brought point-ups about the Lions, and their struggles. I literally can't put my finger on the Tigers right now. Like, it's literally just a big old
I mean, they're so injured.
They're so
bro.
injured, and that's the reason why.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, if there was no injuries, and if this was like a general manager problem, if we're not putting the personnel in the right spots, then maybe I could come up with something to have an argument with. But right now, I'm literally just scratching my head, sitting back here scratching my head as a Tigers fan.
It's the
You know
Detroit
what I mean?
Mudhens and Riley Green.
It pretty much is for the most part.
You know?
You're actually not wrong at all.
I saw something pretty good here in the chat. I'm going to put this out there. Benjamin Info. Who's Jalen Duren on the Tigers?
Oh, who is That's a great question.
Why are they losing, he says.
Wow.
We just discussed why they're losing.
Man,
who is the Jalen Duren of the
become a
Tigers?
verb.
Ooh.
An adjective.
You can't say Javi because
No, you can't say
Duren's
Javi.
not paid yet.
Right.
Now, if he was maxed and he was doing this right now, Javi Baez.
Yeah.
I'm curious to hear Kool-Aid's answer on this one.
Ooh, that's a tough one.
That is a tough one.
You got us stumped.
Is he a little bit of spinny T? Is he a little bit of spinny Torkelson right now?
Oh.
The guy that we thought was stepping into a different precipice, the guy that we drafted here for expectation, the guy that was supposed to carry a certain role, and even though there's been things we've liked, he just hasn't quite gotten there.
Yeah,
I just saw
chat
3
agrees.
straight
Yeah,
torques.
literally. I think the chat agrees with you.
They like that one. My answer would be Framber Valdez.
I was just about to say that.
All right.
That's a good one, too.
I stole one back from you today, B-Lad.
There you go. There you go. And
So
I'm glad
for
you
me,
did.
that one, you know, you look at him and he's your number 2, you know, and because realistically on this offense, I would say McGonical's the best offensive player on this team in a
Correct.
very small sample size.
Yeah, like him or
Otherwise,
Dingler.
it's Riley Green.
Yeah.
But when you look
True
at
that.
this team at the beginning of the season, the 2 best players were the 2 highest played players, basically. Our pitch 1 and our pitch 2.
Yep.
And now when your guy goes down, you're looking, okay, well, our number 2, our all-star is going to carry the way. And, well, neither one of them are doing that.
Unfortunately, yeah.
That one was a fun one. We don't want to stay on Tigers too much. Let's see if they can get some wins this weekend, give us something fun to talk about when we come back on Monday. But on Monday, we will know the conclusion of this Cavs-Pistons series, whether it ends tomorrow night, which I don't believe, or whether it ends on
rest
Sunday,
for the
which it
week.
has to, in Game 7, if necessary. We were going to have a lot to talk about on Monday in terms of this Detroit Pistons team. So let's keep it real quick here. Hard question. Are the Detroit Pistons of 2026 too ethical to get to the finals?
Ooh.
Because if they get by this flop fest,
Right.
it's going to be a super flop fest against the Pistons.
It's so crazy to see the Detroit Pistons in this era as they're getting good. They, again, represent an era of basketball that seems to not be here. You go back to the going to work Pistons, what they do after they win, they had to change the rules. You go back to the Bad Boys Pistons, they had to change the rules. And now you see the Pistons of this era having to literally, if they're going to win a championship even, you know, get there and let alone win it, they're literally having to slay all of the flop monsters in the NBA to get there. Like, it's
flop
amazing.
monsters.
Like, this whole track, for what the Pistons have continued to try and represent in terms of ethical hoops, it's crazy to see that their path to get to the finals and to win one is going to come against some of your most historically great foul baiters in the history of the NBA. James Harden, Jalen Brunson, and SGA. That's your trifecta.
Yeah,
Masturbators they are.
Got him.
So oh man. You want to see the Pistons get more calls, and I do think that there's an art to getting calls. I don't think that everything is a flop, and there is things that Pistons can do, in my opinion. And I believe this just comes with time, a little bit of savviness, understanding how the refs call the game, and getting into your flow and your feel downhill. I do believe that this will improve for the Pistons. We've seen it improve for Cade Cunningham. I believe it will improve. Now, in this series, in this playoffs, it gets tough, but I do believe ethical hoops will rule the day. I do.
Yeah. Charles Bosnack, I apologize. You had a super chat earlier on, but this is on topic here. He said for $5, but Cade getting that wear and tear, having to carry as much as he is, the team needs to definitely take a step forward and find that next gear. I'll tell you what, they've done that in the first half of these last 2 games, despite an overwhelming whistle against them. And then it's been this third quarter. It's been their bugaboo, man. The last 2 third quarters, they've been absolutely owned. I think I don't even want to look at what the numbers. I believe they've been outscored something like nearly 70-30 or 65-30, something outlandish. Hey, he's got to get some help, and it's not coming this year.
No,
right? It's not coming this year. Duncan will help. For me, though, I'm looking at this team, and like we played the clip to start the Pistons talk. You got a guy in Donovan Mitchell that's openly talking about his desire to flop after he only had 2 free throws in game 1. And then you see him as the series goes on, he shoots more free throws than the entire team in game 5 or game 4. So I just don't know how the NBA can deal with the backlash on social media, the overwhelming, all in agreement social media that we've been seeing, Kool-Aid, everywhere dragging the NBA and their officiating over, not just last night, but a 3-game series. I know they're in Cleveland, but if you can give Cleveland the whistle in Detroit, you can give Detroit the whistle in Cleveland. And the other thing is this is the most intriguing second-round matchup in the NBA playoffs.
It is.
Oh, yeah.
Period.
100%.
Oh, yeah.
So I think everybody wants to see a Game 7. I have high confidence in tomorrow's game. We'll break it down plenty more when Braylon's tomorrow. We'll talk about where our confidence is. But in terms of the ethicalness, I don't think they're ethical. They're too ethical to beat OKC. Their ethical is, it doesn't mean they can't beat the Cavs.
Yes.
We've already seen they can absolutely destroy the peasants. But I'll be honest, that question leaves me with an absolutely, yes, they are too ethical to beat OKC in a final series.
Yeah, OKC might be too much. That's the final boss. So you talking about SGA or floppers, and I just think he got too many XP right now. Look, do I believe that they can't overcome a Jalen Brunson? Do I believe they can overcome James Harden? It's going to be tough. But I believe they do. But when you look at the Oklahoma City Thunder, it's not just that they understand how to get the benefit of the doubt from the referee, but that they do so many other things actually really, really good. You want to be able to focus on the fact that this team has all these other good traits, great traits, things that you should probably be teaching the next level of basketball. But with that, you also then have to include the fact that you're seeing them do things they don't need to try and draw fouls. I believe that they're good enough to not have to play that way, but it almost seems like SGA is just ingrained in who he is now. And with the way we see the Pistons playing games right now and being rushed, it will cost them in a series like against a team like SGA.
Can
and
they
OKC
win
Thunder.
another game officiated the same way?
I mean, they had it last night. They had it last night.
So they can.
They can. We've seen them do it.
What about you?
They can rise
Elad,
above.
do you think they can win a game officiated the same as the last 3?
Yeah, I think they can. If they have one of those solid third quarters again where they can just pull away and just, if Cade's on for 3, and I mean, we even saw it last night with Beef Stew a little bit, getting the 3 going and active. We've seen them pull away without any of the whistles. They have had the track record to do it. I'm a firm believer that they can as well. And there actually is a comment in here that I wanted to get your guys' opinion on from God Hates Cowards. I feel like I'm always reading his comment.
He's been cooking.
He said, "Hey boys, does Cade get ignored because he's so much bigger than other teams' point guards, so they can hack at him all day?"
You mean like Shaq getting assaulted every single game and not going to the line? Well,
Braun said the same thing early on.
It is a mixture.
It's a mixture of
sure.
both him being so strong but also being so ethical.
Correct.
Period. Like I've seen in this series alone, he's done a couple rip-throughs and drawn the foul on that. Something I've never seen him do. And the fact of the matter is, I'm going back to Gromit. Don't fight the system. Okay?
Yeah.
This is the new system. This is Adam Silver's NBA. And a guy just won an MVP doing this shit. So I'd like to see a little bit more of it. I'd like a slightly less ethical hoops. What about you, Sweet Potato? Can the Pistons win with the same whistle we've seen the last 3 nights or last 3 games?
I do believe so. Yes. I mean, we lost in overtime there, so we
had the opportunities.
We have that ability. We did have the
sure.
opportunities. Cracked at the tail end of that game there. So we were in it all until the end.
Yeah, and got to be better in third quarters. Yeah. Got to be better in the last 3 minutes of quarters.
Yeah.
This team either buries or gets buried in the last 3 minutes
That's actually
of quarters.
a great point, Anson.
Especially in these playoffs. I swear, whoever I'm watching it with, shout out Rafi or my dad, it's one or the other. 3 minutes, I'm like, we're going to see what these 3 minutes do. They're going to blow it or do it right now. And the last 3 minutes of the third quarter, they doomed this team.
Yep.
Two straight games. But then the last 3 minutes of the fourth, this last one, absolutely, they slit their own throats.
They've had a couple of times that you go back to the one as well where, the 3 turnovers from Cade down the stretch got people hot and bothered as well. Rightfully so, I understand it. And that's where when you ask that, yes, I do believe this team can rise above because we're seeing that they're still doing things to hurt themselves too. I don't, look, we all love ball. And obviously we're going to have some aspects of biases towards the Pistons, but in terms of calling it like we see it, that just is what it is. They're still hurting themselves too much when you understand what the actual rule of engagement is going to be for you. We all say Detroit versus everybody. Kay Cunningham posted Detroit versus everybody before. It was like 2-3 years ago when absolutely got mobbed at the end of a game. He said, I finally see what y'all talking about. So we already know that. But the reason why we are Detroit and the reason why we talk about this grit and this overcoming and all this, the reason why Dan Campbell's first speech resonated is because we know we're going to go through this.
Because it's the
we
truth.
We expect this. We went through this with the Detroit Lions for
right.
years. We went through this with the Detroit Pistons. We've seen the Phantom go. We've been through these things. Yep. And our teams always find a way to eventually neutralize that. And I expect this Detroit Pistons team to do the same. I do.
No doubt. No doubt about it.
Absolutely.
Well said, guys. Listen, Braylon's back tomorrow.
He's on his cruise right now.
Don't you worry. I do have to apologize to Michael Weary as well. He wanted to chime in on what he needs to see in Game 1.
Hey, overtime.
Super chat there. He agrees with both of you guys. He wants to see both the O-line and the D-line dominate. And Mr. Wary, if that happens, we'll be 1-0.
We will be.
Sure.
If you guys want a live look at Braylon right now, here you go. If you missed it earlier.
That's right. That's right. You know what? Do you got the one? I loaded it up. There's another one that I just put in at the end.
Let me see.
It's a little more accurate. I'd love to end it on that.
It's a little more accurate. Hold on here. Let me,
I wonder if he's watching.
Shout out Randall Smalls. I appreciate
watching.
you. He says heat show, gentlemen. Good job, Anson.
What's that? Heat show?
Randall Smalls, he said heat show or great show, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Randall Smalls, thank you.
Thank you. We
Shout out
appreciate
to Anson. He put it together.
Thank you.
I'm still saying the same one here, Anson. I don't know why it's showing
Does
up,
it say Braylon's Island on it?
No, it's the same one I still have in here, unfortunately. I wish we had that one because that one is absolutely awesome.
The most recent in the Slack, I got the Braylon's Island underneath the Gilligan's Island one. Most recent.
Oh, the one with the Braylon's Island? I got the Braylon's Island one, but it's still him sitting on the rock.
Yeah, no, put that one up.
You want me to
put that one up? Yeah.
All right.
We'll end the show
I'm looking
on that.
at this thumbnail too, man.
Yeah, this is the same. It's the exact one.
But it says Braylon's Island on the side?
It does say Braylon's Island.
That's what I want. Put that one up. We'll finish on that. Listen, guys, tomorrow we're giving out the Indomitian Sue. We'll maybe even dig up some other stuff to drive the Super Chat tomorrow, so I want to see you guys bring it. And we will have Bray back with us to really break down Game 6 in Cleveland tomorrow night. I don't know where you're watching, but hopefully you're watching it with us because we will have that watch party going. And there's our boy Bray
Same
on Braylon's
pose.
Island.
Same pose, but he changed the name of the background.
3-hour tour. So
Hopefully
we'll
he doesn't
see
come
him
back with that
tomorrow. We
virus.
appreciate all you guys so much. On behalf of Sweet Potato Cam,
SPC.
Young B
Let's
Lad,
go.
Yes, sir.
the legend Kool-Aid, and me,
Appreciate
Anson.
you,
We
brother.
appreciate you
Hey,
guys.
no,
We'll see you
Hey,
this-
our leader, man. This man has definitely been in the trenches for this company during some auspicious times.
Me?
Yes, sir.
Oh,
Anson,
Anson's
you
been
know
holding
that
it
just
down.
Anson. I'm talking about you, man.
I appreciate it.
Anson's
Definitely,
been
man,
holding it down
definitely.
for the culture, baby.
Yeah,
Shout out to
definitely
Anson.
man. Our fearless leader here, man.
Dub.
Shout
I
out.
appreciate it. I've been here since day one, and when you're stepped back from it as a fill-in and just trying to be there when I could, I saw the problems that I wanted to fix, and so it was good timing, and the best part is I've never worked anywhere where I liked everyone. I mean, there was always
place
one
is,
dude
it's
or
amazing.
one girl that you're like, I'm not on the same shift. Like what you guys see on air with us, it's so real. Randall Smalls will be here later in the month to pick
Heck
up
yeah.
his cake.
Shout out.
He'll
Randall,
know,
I
he
wanna be
knows.
here.
Freddie comes and visits because he knows. So listen, we appreciate
Shout
you
out,
guys. We aren't this happy and having this much fun without you
Nitty
guys
gritty,
making it
J-Rod.
this much fun.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
For real. But hey, on behalf of the Braylon Edwards Show, Braylon will be back tomorrow. We love you. We're out.
Peace.
Peace, y'all.